ready? It's time for KEMMERER football. The Rangers are pushing to get back to the playoffs in 2014. Listen and watch live to KEMMERER football right here on mylocalradio.net all season long. Presented to you by Monsanto, Old West Design, Western Wyoming Community College, and Old West Media Inc. Now, let's send it out to the voice of the KEMMERER Rangers, Adam Jackson, as KHS football starts right now.
Time for more KEMMERER football, week 2 between the Rangers and the Wranglers, as KEMMERER once again on the road for their second game of this young 2014 football season. I'm Adam Jackson. You're listening and watching live on mylocalradio.com. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Game time 7:30, so about 28 more minutes until the Rangers try and bounce back. A tough week 1 loss out in Rawlins last week, 34-6. Boy, that was a long one. 2 lightning delays, a couple of suspensions, and that game just seemed to take hours, and nothing went the way of the Rangers as they fall 34-6. So they're going to be looking to rebound tonight as they take on Pinedale at a beautiful stadium, Pinedale High School here, as it is absolutely gorgeous. 2 teams in the same conference, the 2A West, as the Rangers and the Wranglers getting set to battle both of these teams' first conference game of the year. Now, for Pinedale, they lost their opener 28-0 right here on this field to Thermopolis. So both these teams trying to rebuild. We'll come back, set the scene for you, and then we'll get you started. We're about 27 minutes away from kickoff at Pinedale. The KEMMERER Rangers taking on the Pinedale Wranglers, and it's coming up next on mylocalradio.com.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to Pinedale High School. I'm Adam Jackson, joining you on mylocalradio.com. The KEMMERER Rangers getting set to take on the Pinedale Wranglers. Coming up in about 25 minutes for you, and just want to set the scene. Again, we are out in Pinedale. As you can see, the Rangers warming up to the right of your screen. They're in the white uniforms tonight with the black bottoms, black helmets, and the Ranger logo on top. In the meantime, Pinedale over on the opposite side, the north side, they'll wear the green uniforms with white striping up and down the sides. They've got orange lining around their white numbers. As you can see, the end zones orange as well. Pinedale written across on the right side, Wranglers on the opposite side. It's about 56 degrees. Should be about 55 when we get this thing kicked off. There's not much wind tonight, and the sun still poking out. Going to be around a little bit longer as we get started again in about 25 minutes. The Kemmerer Rangers taking on the PINEDALE Wranglers. Up next for you on the Ranger pregame show, I've got game day predictions from some high schoolers over at Kemmerer, and also in a little while we've got our Where Are They Now, as I sat down and talked with a former Kemmerer Ranger student. That's all coming up next, so stay right with us. You're listening to the Kemmerer Ranger pregame show on mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Hi, I'm Mia Johnson, and I'm from Kemmerer High School, and I think our boys will play hard, and they'll stay motivated, and hopefully our defense will not let them score, but I think it might be a close game. We might most likely lose, but we can always win.
My name is Ashley McPhee, and I'm from the Kemmerer Junior High School. I think the boys are going to give their 100% during the game. And I think that it will be a close game, hopefully. And as long as they try their best, that's all that matters. Effort and attitude.
This is Colton Gregory from Kemmerer High School. I think this weekend playing Pinedale, the boys are going to have to work hard after losing a few kids from the Rollins game. Bobby Webster, Braden Sumption, some key players. Other kids are going to have to step up and work harder. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, a lot of just hard-hitting real football. I think we're going to be right there around 21 or so. I think the score is going to be. But I think Kemmerer's going to be able to slip through and make a win.
Well, there certainly weren't many confident Kemmerer Ranger high schoolers this week, maybe after watching the Rollins Outlaws take down your Rangers last week. But Rollins is 3A, and that was on the road. That was the first game of the year for the Rangers. They dropped that 34-6. So, again, not too many confident students over there at Kemmerer High School, but that's why the Rangers showed up today, and that's why they're going to prove those students wrong, hopefully, as they take on the Pinedale Wranglers coming up in just about 21 minutes. When I come back, we have our Where Are They Now segment, where I sat down and talked with John Rosas. He's a Kemmerer graduate from the class of 1999, and he sat down with me earlier this week to talk about Kemmerer and to talk about what he's doing now. So make sure you stay tuned. That's coming up next for you on the Kemmerer Ranger pregame show. And then, again, about 20 minutes away from kickoff between the Rangers and the Wranglers. Before that, also sit down with both head coaches to discuss tonight's game. That's all coming up next on the Ranger pregame show. You're listening on mylocalradio.com.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Welcome back to the Ranger pregame show. I'm Adam Jackson, and now joining me for our Where Are You Now segment is John Rosas. And John graduated in the class of 1999 back at Kemmerer. John, I know you're a busy guy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Tell me a little bit about your time at Kemmerer and what are some of the things that you did when you were going to school there?
I was born and raised in Kemmerer. Actually, I lived in Diamondville. I know there's always that big feud going on between Kemmerer and Diamondville. But, no, I was born and raised in Kemmerer. And come from a long line of some really good people, really good family there. I've got some aunts and uncles that are still there, as well as my father. As far as Kemmerer, Kemmerer's always just a great place to go. It's a great place to live. I really appreciated my time there. I really appreciated growing up there. I think it's made me into the person I am today, and definitely it changed a lot of lives. I know that.
That's always good to hear. Sounds like it had a good impact on you. Tell me a little bit about what you did when you went to high school there. Were you involved with any sports, any extracurricular activities?
Definitely. I come from a big sports family. My brother also went to Kemmerer High School. He was a big-time football and wrestler. So naturally, that's kind of what I fell into was football and wrestling. I was fortunate enough to have my father as being my wrestling coach there for a long time. So, as far as any extracurricular, it's kind of one of those things that I wrestled for 9 months out of the year and then played football for 3 months. And it pretty much took up all of my time.
Absolutely. Completely understand. Those sports, they've become year-round things now, so you can't really do anything outside of that, especially obviously having to go to school. We're talking with John Rosas, class of 1999, in our Where Are You Now segment. And, John, if you had to tell me right now, what was your favorite sport, wrestling or football?
That's kind of a toss-up. It really is. I've always loved the game of football. It's always been kind of my bread and butter, but, I was probably far more successful in wrestling. So I would have to probably say wrestling is the way to go.
Definitely two sports that take a lot of physical attributes and are very exciting to watch. The Kemmerer Rangers set to take the field here in about 20 minutes. How much of the football do you catch nowadays, John? Are you still up to par and keeping an eye and keeping tabs on Kemmerer football every year?
Yeah, I try to as much as I can. I know the coaches, Coach Rogers and Coach Thatcher, they're pretty well, and try to get over to Kemmerer, try to listen in as much as I can. I do live in Green River now, so that's sometimes it's not feasible, but it definitely. I'm proud to be from Kemmerer, and I definitely like to see when the Kemmerer Rangers take the field and are successful.
Definitely something. I've only been out here a couple months, and everyone that I've talked to has really had nothing but good things to say about Kemmerer. John, let's talk now. What are you up to nowadays? Where are you working? And I know you're living in Green River, but what are you doing out there?
I actually work for Williams. It's a natural gas company. The good thing about it, I started working at Williams at the Opal plant right outside of Kemmerer. But right now, I'm in our training group. I travel around Wyoming doing safety trainings, and I also schedule technical trainings for a lot of our guys out there. Just try to be a good support system and help out our operations here in Wyoming.
John, final question for you. If someone asked you, what would you say is your favorite thing about the city of Kemmerer?
I would have to say my favorite thing about the city of Kemmerer is night times in the summer. That's probably what I miss the most about my childhood and about, going back after college, is just being there in the summer. It's absolutely beautiful that time of year. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's just right. And that's probably one of the biggest things I miss the most is the summers there in Kemmerer, nighttimes going up into the mountains, and enjoying friends and family.
John Rose's class of 1999, thank you so much for joining us. And before I let you off the hook, are you brave enough to give me a score prediction tonight? The Rangers taking on the Pinedale Wranglers.
You know, I know that Pinedale's been kind of tough lately. You know, realistically, I think the Rangers can honestly pull out a win. I'd like to see it go, 21-14.
All right, 21-14. Kemmerer hopefully can pull out that victory coming up for us in about 15 minutes. In the meantime, John, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to hear good things from you in the future.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Go Rangers.
Special thanks to John Rose's class of 1999, as he caught up with me earlier in the week to give me my Where Are They Now interview. We're about 13 minutes away from the first kickoff between the Rangers and the Wranglers. Captains meeting at midfield right now. So coming up next, we'll have both the coaches' interviews as we sat down and talked with fourth-year man Alan Johnson for Pinedale. That's coming up next right here on MyLocalRadio.com.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to the Kemmerer Ranger pregame show. I'm Adam Jackson, and now joining me, the head coach of the Pinedale Wranglers, Alan Johnson. And, Coach, I'm new out here in Wyoming. Tell me a little bit about your team this year.
We're young. We don't have as many kids out as what we had last year, but the seniors have been great leaders, and our kids bring a lot of energy, have a good positive attitude. And so far, Adam, it's been a great year.
Coach Johnson, in your fourth year here at Pinedale, and you told me this has been one of your most pleasurable seasons to coach football. Why has that been?
Well, like I said, we had when we have a team that has a lot of energy coming out on the field, not just in games but in practice, that just kind of builds on itself, that positive attitude. The kids that I have also this year have been very selfless in their approach to the game. A lot of times kids want to be that flashy guy who gets the ball or catches the ball or whatever, runs the ball. But I've got a lot of kids that they just want to play the best football they can and sacrifice to put us in the best position to do as well as we can.
Your Wranglers opened the season last week at home against Thermopolis. You guys came up short. What happened in that game?
Our defense, Adam, played really well. We were only down, but we played Thermopolis the last game of the year last year, and we got beat 42-22. Thermopolis went on and knocked some people off in the playoffs, and they had a good playoff run. Didn't lose a whole lot. They came back this last year. They had a kid who was a great sprinter in their backfield, and so we knew we had to try to get him stopped and corralled. We did that on defense for about 2.5 quarters, so it was well in the second half, and then we kind of lost some steam. So the defense kept us in the game, but our offense, we just struggled having enough consistency and continuity to put the ball in the end zone. We had some injuries hurt us on the offensive line. Had to make some changes, and so that first week, the injuries were earlier than that. That first week we had to kind of switch some people around, and so we weren't firing on all cylinders. But we hope that the defense continues to play as well as it did, and we're looking for the offense to start getting after a little bit better.
We're talking with Alan Johnson in his fourth year as the Pinedale Wrangler head coach, and the Kemmerer Rangers coming into town this week. Coach, tell me what you know about the Kemmerer Rangers.
Well, I know Coach Rogers. I have a lot of respect for Coach Rogers. He's been there for quite a while, had some state championships. Actually, he's from western Nebraska, where I spent a lot of time coaching. So I got a lot of respect. Got a lot of football knowledge. Coach Rogers does, and I know he's ran double wing a lot, tight offense. But I know he's going to a little bit more split now too. So we have to be ready for all those facets. That makes it tough on a defense to make sure that you are prepared to handle both types of offenses, because those two offenses are kind of quite a bit different in aspects as far as defending. Defensive-wise, he's traditionally been an odd front guy, so they'll run like a 35 and stack the linebackers behind. But I also know that they have a tendency to go to a four-man front, usually when it's passing downs. And the thing with that 3-3 defense, he'll want to stun the linebacker. So our kids got to be ready to pick up blitzes and communicate and be prepared. So I always know Coach Rogers has a well-coached team, and they're very well prepared.
Well, you certainly sound like you're pretty well prepared. You've got the KEMMERER Rangers lingo ready to go. You guys have played 13 years in a row. You have a lot of history. Would you call this game a rivalry between your two teams?
Well, I think so. I think between Big Piney and Pinedale and KEMMERER, although it seems like we got quite a difference between us, we're all kind of in the same boat. School's about the same size. Like I said, we're reasonably close, and so it doesn't take much for our kids to get up for KEMMERER. I'm sure Coach Rogers is saying the same thing for the KEMMERER boys.
Final question for you, Coach Johnson. Give me some keys to a Pinedale victory this evening.
Well, our offense is going to have to come to fruition right now. We've really got to be able to consistently move the ball down the field and put ourselves in position to get the ball in the end zone. Defensively, like I said, I think our key is to continue to play tough defense, like I felt we did last week. I think that almost every football team, even the pros, except for maybe those guys that are getting paid the high level, good stuff. The defense early in the year kind of carries you, and your offense comes around. The faster it can come around, the better we're going to be. So it's not any different than any other football team that I've seen or coached or been around. We're just hoping we can hit our stride this week and get in the win column.
Fourth-year head coach over at Pinedale High School, Alan Johnson. Thank you so much for joining me, and good luck tonight against the Rangers.
Adam, thank you for your coverage, and sure appreciate it.
That was the head coach of the home team tonight, playing your KEMMERER Rangers, Alan Johnson of the Pinedale Wranglers. When we come back, we'll have the head coach for your KEMMERER Rangers, Sean Rogers, as he sits down and talks with me about tonight's game and also about last week's loss. Then we'll have the football game coming up for you, Pinedale taking on KEMMERER in just under 7 minutes before we get the opening kickoff. So stay right with us. You're listening to the KEMMERER Ranger pregame show on mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Now joining me for today's Coach's Corner is the head football coach over at KEMMERER High School, Sean Rogers. And, Coach, didn't get a chance to talk to you after the game on Friday. Just give me your thoughts.
Oh, man, that was a long, wild game. 2 lightning delays. I think we sat there for, the first lightning delay was like an hour and 15 minutes, and the second one was like 45 minutes. So it was a long, drawn-out process. I know we didn't leave Rollins until about midnight, so 7 o'clock game that finishes up about midnight. It was a long night.
Yeah, it certainly was. What do you and your team do in situations like that? Like, you guys had to go, obviously, back to the locker room for the lightning delays, but are you in there just talking to the kids, keeping them mentally focused, or what are they doing in there?
Yeah, go over stuff on the chalkboard, that we didn't execute well on, and obviously we had a few of those throughout the course of the game. Just try to keep them mentally sharp, and then try to calm them down a little bit, and then re-stretch them back out and get them warmed up. It's kind of a difficult process because you hurry up and wait basically, and then you got to get them cooled down and warmed back up, and so you just do that over and over again with all those lightning delays. So it's kind of a pain, but yeah, I try to keep them mentally focused for the most part and just work on stuff that we made mistakes on and try to get those corrected.
We're talking with head coach of Kemmerer football, Sean Rogers. And, Coach, what were some of those mistakes that you want to work on in preparation for Pinedale this Friday?
We looked at it after breaking it down. We had 8 glaring mistakes that it doesn't matter who you play. If you make that many glaring mistakes, you're not going to win. From giving up a kick return, opening kickoff for a touchdown, throwing INTs, fumbling, and losing fumbles. They put the ball on the ground 4 times, and we couldn't come up with any of them. And then, little things like we have them stopped on 4th and 2 when we jump off sides, and have them stopped on 3rd and 15, make them throw an incomplete pass, but then we rush the passer and give them a new set of downs. Downing or a kickoff on our own 3-yard line because we slip and fall down. And grabbing a kick and kicking it out of bounds on our own 7-yard line. Just those type of things you can't do against decent football teams and expect to win. So a lot of special teams errors that we're going to try to get fixed, and then just a lot of tackling we need to get better at.
Coach, I know there's not a lot to look forward to after you lose 34-6 on the road, but did you take any positives out of your guys' first game?
I thought our physicality, it started off and it was not there. I think it was pretty much non-existent in that first quarter. And then after the lightning delays and being able to sit for that long, you would worry that it would even get worse. But actually our physicality picked up, and I thought we hit a lot better in the 3rd and 4th quarter, tackled better, just had more of a sense of urgency, trying to get to the ball on defense and then being more physical when we were blocking up front. So I was happy about that we actually got better as the game went along. We just can't make those glaring mistakes and expect to win. So I was happy about the physicality, though, as the game went. So that's something we're going to try to build on going into Pinedale.
Yeah, that was something I noticed, too. You guys came out in the 3rd quarter, and you could have given up, but you come out, you get a touchdown, you got some stops, you force a fumble. So 3rd quarter, definitely, I saw some positives there. Let's talk about some of the injuries. Is your team going to be healthy coming into this week? I know a couple guys went down and didn't return in that game on Friday.
Yeah, we had 5 kids that ended up not playing after that game, or midway through the game. So, and 3 of them were starters. So, midway through the 3rd and the 4th, we were without 3 starters. So I give credit to some of our younger kids that stepped in there and played. Some of them were playing out of position, but we just didn't have a lot of depth, and so those kids stepped up and did a good job. We're hoping to get Bobby Webster back. He had an ankle. Connor Tiller got banged up with his ankle, but it was fine. He played in the JV game last night. And Braden Sumption, we're still waiting to hear back on his knee, but I think that he's doubtful for this week. So, and a few of our younger kids that had got dinged up, they were able to come back and play, just kind of those welcome to football bruises that, they just have to learn how to deal with and get a little tougher. So, Braden's probably a no, but everybody else is hopeful for Pinedale.
Coach, final question for you. I looked back at some of the schedule. You guys have played Pinedale, I believe, 13 years in a row. There's a lot of history, obviously, between you and them. Tell me what you know about Pinedale and what it's going to take to get a victory this Friday.
Pinedale's always big. They always have big kids. They'll be big up front. They like to come straight at you, and they'll bring a lot of guys on defense, a lot of blitzing. Traditionally, it's been whoever wins the turnover battle and can run the ball is usually the team that is successful. We have to go up there and play. So it's never a great environment to play in because their fans get after it, and not that they're bad in any ways, but, they'll hoot and holler. So we have to go up there and take care of our business, not make mistakes, and get physical and run the football.
Coach Sean Rogers, head football coach for the KEMMERER Rangers. Good luck this Friday against Pinedale.
All right, thank you.
That was the head coach of your Kemmerer Rangers, Sean Rogers, talking about a big matchup, a conference matchup in the 2A West between your Kemmerer Rangers and the Pinedale Wranglers. And we are ready to get this one started. It looks like Kemmerer will receive the football first. So the Wranglers will kick off. Rangers will go right to left to start this game. It's a beautiful turf field between these two teams at Pinedale. Back to receive for the Kemmerer Rangers. Again, they've got 3 injuries tonight. Bobby Webster, Braden Sumption, and Jackson Chalk won't play, according to Coach Rogers. So going to be a couple of new faces in the backfield for the Rangers as they get this one started. Wranglers in the green uniforms. Kemmerer in the away white uniforms. Taylor Chapin and Noah Johnson back to receive. Brendan Lloyd getting set to kick off, and it's a line drive kick. We're underway. It'll be taken by Chapin on the 2. Chapin up the far sideline to the 15, cuts to the 20, to the 25, and there he's tackled on the far sideline. So the Rangers will take over at their own 25-yard line, going right to left. Thank you so much for joining me. You're listening on mylocalradio.com. I'm Adam Jacksa. Warren Cook, my cameraman, sitting outside to my right. And the Rangers trying to get off to a good start as they get the football first. Dylan McLeod is in the shotgun. He's got a running back to each side and one behind him. Takes the snap, and he'll hand it off straight up the middle. It's to Zachariah Reed, and he's driven backwards. A gain of what looked to be 1 as the Wranglers getting in there to stop, as they were able to make the stand, and there's a gain of 1, brings up 2nd and 9. Just underway at Pinedale High School. McLeod again in the shotgun. 3 backs around him. The handoff this time goes around the right edge to Ellis, and Ellis on those right hash marks gets a gain of 3. It's going to bring up a manageable 3rd down for the Rangers in the opening minute of this first quarter at Pinedale High School. McLeod in the shotgun. He's got Ellis to his left. Offset to the right is Reed. Line out to the left, 2 to the right. Taking the snap, McLeod wants to throw near side, and it's incomplete. And send it over on this sideline for Peyton Groselick. Would have been enough for the first down, but Groselick trying to get a hand on it, was unable to come up with the football. So a quick 3 and out for the Rangers to start this football game. Zachariah Reed back to kick the football as he'll punt it from around the 18-yard line. One of the speedsters for Pinedale, Caleb Rainey, back to receive. Reed gets the snap, almost has it blocked. Good kick just inside the near hash marks. It'll take a Kemmerer hop, trickling down to the 25, still rolling, and it looks like it'll end up and be downed by McLeod at the 19-yard line. So a nice punt there for the senior Zach Reed, and now we'll get our first look at the Pinedale offense after the Rangers go 3 and out. 10:38 to play, opening quarter. These two teams trying to get their first win of the season. Kemmerer last week falling at the 3A school Rollins 34-6. And of course, Pinedale losing on this field 28-0 to Thermopolis. So here's the senior 4-year starter, Brendan Lloyd, back in the pistol formation. He's got Caleb Thane behind him. Rangers will go back to their traditional 3-5 defense tonight. Taking the snap is Lloyd, and he'll keep it near side, coming to the 20, trying to get around the edge, and a flag flies in. Looks like he gets to the 25, but we may see a holding as this one could come back. We'll see what the head official says. It looks like Pinedale backing up. This one looks to be on the Wranglers. Officials still sorting it out, and it is a hold on the Wranglers, so this will back them up. We'll replay first down. 10:32 to play, opening quarter, no score. Rangers go 3 and out in their first drive, and here's the first drive for the Wranglers. They get flagged for a penalty, and that'll back them up to the 11-yard line. Ball just sits inside the near hash marks. Again, Lloyd in the shotgun with Thane behind him. He's got 2 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. 4 on the line for the Rangers. Thane takes the snap, has time at the 2. He'll throw near side, and it's overthrown for Caleb Rainey. Coach Johnson had nothing but good things to say about Caleb Rainey. Said he's one of their most athletic players, and he loves to be in the weight room. And they will rely on him a lot tonight. He'll be in kickoff returns, punt returns, and, of course, out on the edge at a wide receiver position. Good defense there by the Rangers. Brings up 2nd and 20 from the 10-yard line. Again, the pistol formation shown by Lloyd, and Thane stands behind him. 2 wideouts to each side. Thane takes the snap at the 5, looking near side. Now he'll loft it up over the middle, has 2 men open, and it's dropped at the 45. Intended receiver was Taylor Jensen, and he had that ball right in his hands. Beautiful touch put on it by Brendan Lloyd, but it fell incomplete. And the Rangers are happy to be sitting in a 3rd and 20 defensively with 10.5 to play in the first quarter. Pinedale forces a 3 and out. Let's see if the Rangers can do the same here. Again, Kemmerer in the white tops with the black helmets, black pants, and the long black socks. About a 3-hour drive to get up here. Lloyd on 3rd and 20, stands again in the shotgun. 2 wideouts to each side. Snap is taking a little bit high. Kemmerer brings the blitz. Lloyd under pressure, and he'll be dropped in the end zone. Is it a safety? No, they're going to say that he was tackled at the 1-yard line. And the sack made, though, by the Rangers, and they're going to get great field position out of this. As Pinedale started at the 19-yard line, and they just went backwards. And credit the Kemmerer defense. They brought the blitz on 3rd down, and they come up with the sack. And they should get great field position. Standing back to return this punt for the Rangers, Taylor Chapin and Brandon Ellis. Standing at his own end line is Jacob Mitchell. Takes the snap, and the kick, pretty good one, as it takes a bounce, and it looks like the kicker stepped out of the back of the end zone. Mitchell talking with the head official. We'll see what the call is, but it looks that way, and the Rangers, if that's so, will get a safety, and then they'll also get the football. And that is indeed the call. So Mitchell stepped out of the back of the end zone. He was hugging the back line, and that means the Rangers are in front 2-0. And again, you got to go back to the defense. They get the sack, force the punt deep in the end zone, and now not only do they get the safety, they'll get the football as well with 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. What a great start for the Rangers. So you really have to look back as Brendan Lloyd threw a perfect ball to Taylor Jensen, and that ball that's unable to be caught really comes back to haunt the Wranglers as they end up giving a safety. And now Kemmerer are going to get the football. The last 3 years these two teams have played, they haven't really been close since Alan Johnson's been here. In 2011, Kemmerer won 39-14. 2012, the Rangers won 29-0, and last year, Pinedale won 34-0. In Sean Rogers' time here at Kemmerer, he's 10-3 against Pinedale, hoping to pick up his 11th win tonight. So you get to elect to either punt or kick off after a safety, and it looks like the Wranglers are going to elect to kick off from the near hash marks. Ball is set at the 25-yard line. The quarterback, Brendan Lloyd, will kick things off. Back to receive is Chapin and Johnson, the freshman. And Lloyd with a low line drive kick. Chapin runs up. It'll go over both of their heads. Johnson will chase it to the far hash marks. Trickling at the 11, having trouble picking it up. He finally does. And he's tackled over there on the far sideline as the play made by Caleb Rainey. And a big change of field position as the Rangers just couldn't find that football. And they'll start at their own 14-yard line. Leading 2-0 after they get the safety. 9:56 to play first quarter. Kemmerer will be home next week as they get their first opportunity to play on their brand new turf. We'll see if they can move the football offensively. McLeod back in the shotgun with 3 running backs around him. McLeod takes the snap. He'll hand off left side. Coming around the edge is Chapin, and he's piled up right about the 18-yard line. They'll give him forward progress for 4 yards. Hathaway makes the tackle for the Wranglers. It brings up 2nd down and 7. First down marker sits at the 24. Ball on the far hash marks. Kemmerer going right to left, leading 2-0 early in the first quarter. McLeod again takes the snap. Again, he'll hand it to Chapin around the near edge, and Chapin fighting forward for about 2 yards. And Chapin getting both carries on this second drive for the Rangers. So again, they're going to be coming up with a 3rd down play, trying to pick up a first down and avoid another 3 and out. Ball sits at the 20. They've got to get to the 24. It's just off center to the left. And we'll see what the Rangers do on 3rd down. They sent out a receiver to the right, 2 to the left. In the shotgun, McLeod. He's got a running back to his right and one behind him. McLeod takes the snap. He'll hand it off right up the middle. Zachariah Reed pushing forward, and it looks like he has the first down to the 25. Good strong run by the senior Zachariah Reed. And it is indeed a first down for the Kemmerer Rangers, their first of the night. And that first down brought to you by A-Plus Trophy and Sign, your local trophy and sign expert. And the Rangers get a new set of downs. Ball at the 25. McLeod again takes the snap. He'll hand it off around the right edge to Ellis. Ellis pushing forward behind his blockers to the 29-yard line. Good pickup on first down. Look to get another 4 yards, and Kemmerer slowly and methodically moving the football on the ground. Brings up 2nd and 6. Shotgun again taken by McLeod. They go to Ellis around the right side. Pushing, and the football is loose on the ground. Who's got the ball? It came loose. It looks like the Rangers may have picked it up. And no, they didn't. Pinedale has got the football. And the Rangers cough up a turnover early in this first quarter, and it's great field position now for the Wranglers. That was Brandon Ellis who put the ball on the ground. First turnover of the night for either team. And Pinedale will start this drive at their own 31-yard line. Trailing 2-0, 7:57 to play in the first quarter. For the first time tonight, we'll see Brendan Lloyd go under center. The handoff goes to Thane, left side, and good defense by the Rangers. They shove him backwards right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle over there made by Logan Welch for the Rangers. Brings up 2nd and 10. 7.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter at Pinedale High School. Your Kemmerer Rangers leading 2-0. Pinedale comes to the line on the far hash marks at the 31. Again, under center is Lloyd. He's got an offset eye to his right. Thane in the backfield. Motioning to the right is Rainey. He gets the end around, but the flag is thrown on the field. And a false start called. This will back up the Wranglers. Their second penalty on the night. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14, now backing them up to the 36-yard line. Coach Johnson told me he's really confident in his field goal kicker, Caleb Thane. So, again, they're on the outskirts of field goal range right now, trailing early 2-0. Pinedale comes up to the line. Under center once again is Brendan Lloyd. Offset eye to the left. Ball on the far hash marks. Handoff is fake. Lloyd wants to throw. He'll loft it high into the air, left side into double coverage, and it's batted away at the goal line. Terrific play by your starting quarterback, Dylan McLeod, to get his hand on that. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 14 with 7:12 to play in this first quarter. I tell you what, the Ranger defense tonight through these first 5 minutes has been pretty awesome. Getting a sack, forcing a safety, and a nice pass break up there by McLeod. And another long 3rd down situation. 3rd and 14 for the Wranglers. Lloyd in the pistol formation. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Kemmerer brings the blitz again up the middle. Lloyd runs to his right, overthrows Caleb Rainey around the 30. He wasn't going to have the first down anyways. And once again, a good stop by the Kemmerer Rangers. And we'll see what Coach Johnson wants to do here. He may be willing to go for it. It's kind of in that in-between range of kick a field goal and punt the football. But it looks like he's going to punt the football. Probably a smart choice on a 4th and 14 with how this Ranger defense has been playing. They don't have anyone deep yet, anticipating potentially a fake. Mitchell is back to punt at the Kemmerer 48. Takes the snap, steps to his right, and he'll just angle it toward the near sideline. It hops at the 5, and a beautiful kick goes out of bounds at the 1, actually at the half-foot line. And Kemmerer going to start inside their own 1-yard line. How about that terrific punt by Mitchell? And it's a tough spot now for the Rangers. Wranglers were backed up at their own goal line. Kemmerer now backed up at their own goal line on the south side of the field. 7 minutes to play. Rangers leading 2-0, but they got to be careful here. We'll see what McLeod and this offense can do. McLeod in the shotgun. He's got Chapin to his right, Ellis to the left. They go tight formation, and McLeod will hand it off, and there's some room for Chapin around the left edge as he gets to the 4. Positive yards for the Rangers as they get out of their own end zone for the meantime. They'll give him 3 yards on that first down carry up to the 4-yard line. Rangers looking to get their offensive play call. Down in the white uniforms offensively, it'll bring up a 2nd and 7. McLeod again in the shotgun with 2 backs each side. Now in motion to the right is Ellis. McLeod takes the snap. He'll roll right in his own end zone under pressure. Lofts it. He's got a man open at the 27, and it's dropped. Incomplete. Connor Tiller had an opportunity to pick up a beautifully run play, and he just wasn't able to make the catch. And now a big play coming up on 3rd and 7. Rangers at their own 4-yard line. 6:22 to play in the first quarter, and they lead 2-0. Got a safety as Mitchell, the punter for the Wranglers, stepped out of the back of the end zone. And we'll see if the Rangers can pick up a huge first down here. Have to expect they'll run the football and be careful. McLeod again in the shotgun. He hands off around the left edge is Chapin. Chapin will be knocked down at the 4, but a flag flies in late. The tackle is made by Jacob Hathaway. And we'll see what the call is. It looks like it could be a holding on the Rangers. And if that's the case, that'll bring up a 4th down. They'll give him 1 yard on the gain, so it's 4th down and 7 at the 5. And the Rangers going to have to punt the football. So standing in his own end zone is Zachariah Reed, back to receive for the Wranglers is number 9, Caleb Rainey. Reed just gets the punt off. It's a high, short kick coming over to the near side, and calling fair catch is Rainey at the 31-yard line, just outside the numbers. And for the second drive in a row, again, Pinedale going to have great field position, but tell you what, the Rangers' defense has been pretty tough so far, forcing Pinedale into 2 3-and-outs. Rangers holding on to a 2-0 lead early. We'll see if they can get another stop here. Pinedale comes up to the line, ball in the far hash marks. Lloyd in the shotgun. Thane behind him. Offset tight end to the right in Caleb Rainey. Rainey now in motion to the left. He gets the handoff around the end around, ducks away from a man, stays on his feet, but then he'll be dragged down on the far side of the field. The play made by Peyton Groselak. No gain on the play, and it brings up 2nd and 10. Defense has been stout so far for Kemmerer, and that's what's giving them this early 2-0 lead with 5:40 to play, opening quarter at Pinedale High School. We'll see what we get on 2nd and 10. Again, in the shotgun is Ellis. Or check that, it's Lloyd. Again, motion to the left. They'll run option right side. And tucking and holding on to it is Lloyd. He'll just take it up for 2 yards. He's brought down by Zachariah Reed. It's going to give him a gain of 4. 3rd down and 6 upcoming for Pinedale. Ball sitting at the Ranger 27. They've got to get to the 21. Lloyd with 2 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Rangers will sit 3 down on the line. Thane in the backfield, and looks like Coach Rogers wants a timeout. So Coach Rogers and the Rangers taking a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout too and come back. Kemmerer leading 2-0 with 4:54 to play in the first quarter.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to Pinedale High School. A big 3rd down and 6 upcoming for the Wranglers. They've got the ball at the Kemmerer 27-yard line. 4:54 to go in the first quarter. You're listening on mylocalradio.com. Thanks for joining me. I'm Adam Jacksa. Let's see if the Rangers can get a stop. Lloyd with 2 wideouts to each side. Thane stands behind him. Rangers will bring the blitz, and running to the right is Lloyd, but flags fly in. And once again, another false start. This has been the downfall for the Wranglers early. They've got 3 penalties now, 2nd false start. And this will make it tougher, but it'll make it easier for the Ranger defense. A 3rd and 11 now. And it'll back them up to the 32-yard line. They've got to get to the 21 of Kemmerer if they want to pick up this 3rd down. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Rangers put their 3 down linemen, rotate their linebackers, 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Taking the snap and running left is Lloyd. He'll keep it around the left edge. Zachariah Reed has a chance at him. Can't bring him down, but the Rangers able to still shove him out of bounds short of the 1st down, way over on the far sideline. And decision time now for Coach Johnson. Looks like it's going to bring up a 4th and 3. As the ball sits at the 24. We'll see if he wants to go for this with 4.5 to play in the first. Pinedale breaks the huddle, and it looks like they will go for it. Guy on the left, 3 wideouts, bunch to the right. Lloyd takes the snap, they run option left side, and Lloyd pushing forward right around the 1st down marker. Reed shoves him back, and the official coming in from the far side looks like they're marking it as a 1st down. He had to get just inside the 21, and they may measure this. It's close, and they will. This is a big call here. It's a 4th and 3. It'd be 1st and 10 at the 21 for Kemmerer if they get the stop. And it looks like we'll see if they do bring the chains over. They're trying to get them off their stands over there, and they will bring them out. See if the Rangers somehow got to stop. It looks like it's a 1st down, but we'll see if maybe it's a couple inches short. Rangers leading early 2-0, and it is indeed a 1st down for Pinedale. So they pick it up on 4th and 3 on the option to the right. They've ran that a couple of times with Brendan Lloyd. Coach Johnson told me that Lloyd's got a terrific arm, but they also like to run the ball with him, and he's shown that a couple of times early on in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 at the 21. Wide out to the left. Tight end and a split end to the right. In the shotgun is Lloyd. Hands it off to Thane around the right edge. Cuts back and is brought down. Looked like Reed was in there once again. He's been in the mix a lot tonight. The senior, Zachariah Reed. Gain of about 3 yards brings up 2nd and 7. 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. 2-0 Rangers. They get their first points of the night on a safety. Pinedale trying to come down the field and strike back. Lloyd with 3 bunch wide receivers to the left. Kemmerer shifts on the line. They'll put 4 down, and they run option left side. And the Rangers blow it up in the backfield. Chapin there to make the tackle at the 24. A loss on the play as Taylor Chapin comes in to bring down Brendan Lloyd. And it'll bring up a long 3rd down once again for Pinedale. Kemmerer has been absolutely fantastic tonight defensively, and they would love to get a stop here. Perhaps force a field goal attempt or maybe get a turnover. We'll see what they can do. 3rd down and about 12. Ball sits on the far side of the field at the 25. In the shotgun is Lloyd. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Lloyd will roll right side on the run, looking, has time, being chased, and missing the tackle. Lloyd will go back the opposite field. He'll loft it, has a man wide open, corner of the end zone, and it's caught at the back corner. The catch made by Garrett Lausier, and that created by the terrific play of Brendan Lloyd. He avoided a sack by the Rangers. It looked like Hagen Drussel had an opportunity to bring him down, but unable to do that. Lloyd stayed on his feet, reverse field to the left, and threw a strike to the back corner of the end zone to Garrett Lausier. And that's about a 24-yard touchdown pass with the extra point upcoming from Thane. Tough play to give up for the Rangers as they almost had the sack. Ball is put down. Thane will put up the extra point, and he misses it to the left. He pushed it that way, so it's a 4-point lead for the Wranglers after the touchdown pass from Brendan Lloyd to Garrett Lausier with 2:54 remaining in the first quarter. We'll take a break, come back. You're listening to Kemmerer Ranger Football on mylocalradio.com.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
Well, the Rangers give up a tough 24-yard touchdown pass, a scrambling touchdown pass from Brendan Lloyd, who reversed his field and threw a strike over to Garrett Lausier. And Pinedale has taken their first lead of the night as it's 6-2. We'll see if the Rangers can answer with a touchdown or of their own. Lloyd getting set to kick it off, back to receive Chapin and Johnson, and it's a high, short kick near the left side. Johnson lets it bounce. That's dangerous. It's recovered, but it goes out of bounds first, thankfully. And that's the second time tonight that Noah Johnson, the freshman, has had a little bit of an issue trying to find the ball. He may have lost it in the lights. It was recovered by Thane, but it went out of bounds first around the 20-yard line, and that'll be a penalty flag, and the Rangers will keep possession. Fortunate bounce for Kemmerer, because if that stays in bounds, that's Pinedale football. It's just like an onside kick. That's a loose ball. But it is Kemmerer football. 2:54 to play first quarter. You're listening and watching on mylocalradio.com. I'm Adam Jackson. Thank you so much for tuning in. Rangers trying to pick up their first win of the season and pick up the conference opener here at Pinedale. They'll be at home on their new turf next week. Let's see what they can do with this drive late in the first quarter. McLeod in the shotgun. He's got a running back to his right and one behind him. He'll throw quickly outside. It's caught by Ellis. Ellis immediately tackled right around the original line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Brendan Lloyd. They're going to give him 2 yards on the play, so a nice pitch and catch. Brings up 2nd and 8 on the near hash marks at the Kemmerer 38-yard line. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. McLeod stands in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He wants to throw again, and it's incomplete. Intended for Grosselak on this near side around the 42-yard line. And the Rangers coming out throwing the football on this third drive. And now they're faced with a 3rd down and 8. 2:22 to play, opening quarter. Rangers trailing 6-2. They've got to get to the 45-yard line. Tight set. McLeod surrounded by backs. He'll take the snap, handoff, and blown up at the line of scrimmage is Ellis. And Ellis down at the 32-yard line. Did the football come out? It looks like it may have. In the meantime, Ellis still down on the turf. And he'll pop up. Looks like he's got a little bit of a limp with his left leg, but I believe he fumbled the ball. And Pinedale once again gets a turnover, the ball at the 36-yard line. So a tough way to end that drive. Another fumble by the Rangers. And good field position for Pinedale. 2:10 to play, opening quarter, 6-2, Rangers trailing. And the man that just threw the touchdown pass, Brendan Lloyd, back on the field. 4 wideouts set. Again, Lloyd in the pistol with Thane behind him. Takes the snap. He wants to throw. Rangers pressuring. He'll loft it high in the air down the near sideline. Oh, and a missed interception opportunity for the Rangers at the 5. That was Victor Rodriguez, the senior, that just couldn't hold on to that football. It was lofted right into his hands. And the ball falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. Outside of the touchdown pass from Brendan Lloyd on that last drive, both these offenses so far tonight have struggled. Again, the 4 wideouts. Lloyd stands at his own, or at the Kemmerer 41-yard line with Thane offset to his left. Lloyd again will throw. Good pressure by Kemmerer. The ball, one-handed grab and into the end zone. For a touchdown goes Caleb Rainey. My goodness, what a play. As he put his right arm out at the 5 and hauled it in for a long touchdown pass of 37 yards. And Coach Johnson talked about him in the pregame with me, and he made a tremendous catch, one-handed, one of the best you'll see at the high school level. And it's now 12-2 in favor of Pinedale. A couple of spectacular plays tonight early offensively from Pinedale, and they want to go for 2. 1:58 to play in this opening quarter. Lloyd in the shotgun, 4 wideouts. He runs right, keeps it all the way to the 2, pushing forward. Did he get in? Yes, he just snuck across. And the 2-point conversion is good with 1:58 remaining in the opening quarter. And all of a sudden, the Rangers find themselves down by 2 possessions. 14-2 the score, under 2 minutes to play, opening quarter. Kemmerer giving up a 37-yard touchdown pass from Lloyd to Rainey. They trail by 12. You're listening to Kemmerer Ranger football on mylocalradio.com.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Kickoff coming from Pinedale after leading and scoring a touchdown. It's a line drive taken by Chapin. It goes through his hands, though, into the end zone. And it's a touchback as Chapin lost the handle, but it'll come out for the Rangers with 1:52 remaining in the first quarter. And they've got to get something going offensively as they trail now by 12. They've picked up a first down, had a little success with the run on their second drive, but 2 fumbles have really hurt the Rangers. They've given good field position to the Wranglers, and the Wranglers have taken advantage with 2 touchdowns. So Kemmerer coming up to the line. McLeod standing at his own 15, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 2 wideouts to the right, and I think a timeout called by Coach Rogers, and it indeed was. Didn't look like the Rangers had all 11 players on the field. And after getting that opening safety, the momentum has certainly shifted with the home team. Rangers are going to have to get that back. And the way to do that, go down and get a touchdown. We'll see if they can move the football. They'll start at their own 20. I'll give you a quick recap with 1:52 remaining in this first quarter. The Rangers forced the safety as they had Pinedale backed up to their own end zone. And Mitchell went to kick the football out to punt it, and he stepped out of the end zones. Kemmerer led 2-0, but since then 2 turnovers, 2 fumbles by the Rangers. And Lloyd made a miraculous play. He escaped a potential sack, was able to reverse field around to the left and lofted a ball to Lozier, 24 yards. And then just recently, Rainey able to catch a one-handed 37-yard touchdown pass. And that's where we stand with 1:52 remaining in the first quarter. It's 14-2. Rangers in tight, looking like they'll run the football. They hand it off Chapin around the left edge. He breaks a tackle, but then unable to break 3 or 4 tackles as the Wranglers collide with him. He was able to escape for a moment from Spencer Criddle, but again, couldn't get away from the Wranglers' grasp. Loses a yard on the play. Brings up second, and they'll actually call it 2nd and 12. So loss of 2 on the play. Ball at the Kemmerer 18-yard line. They've got to get to the 30 to pick up a first down. 2nd and 12 for the Rangers. They've got 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. McLeod in the shotgun with 2 backs around him. He'll roll right side and just flip it out to Johnson. Johnson gets some room and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. He's tackled on the numbers far side over there. Caleb Rainey makes the tackle. Rainey, the man, also with a long 34-yard touchdown pass. 37-yard touchdown pass, excuse me. Clock running out in this first quarter. 47 seconds to play. Kemmerer trailing 14-2 in the opening 12 minutes. It's been a pretty long first quarter. Big 3rd down and 10 for the Rangers. They got to pick this one up. See if they can keep this drive alive. McLeod has time. He'll throw a screen into the middle, and it's dropped at the 20-yard line. And that'll bring up a punt for the Rangers as they go 3 and out once again. And this could be good field position for Pinedale as Mitchell back to receive. Check that, it's Rainey who's back to receive. Zach Reed standing at his own 10-yard line. And Reed drops the football. Now he's under pressure at the 5. Trying to roll out and just throws it, but his knee goes down at the 5-yard line. And that's where the Pinedale Wranglers will take over. It looks like they'll spot it at the 7. And another disaster right there for the Rangers. And Pinedale with their best field position all night at the Ranger 7-yard line. Actually, it looks like they'll spot it at the 8. So first and goal for Pinedale, already leading 14-2. 20 seconds to go, opening quarter. Boyd comes up in the pistol formation. Again, Thane stands behind him. 2 wideouts to the wide side. They'll run left side. It's kept by Lloyd, and a nice stop by the Rangers as they back him up. Looked like Taylor Chapin in there initially to make the stop. Also following behind him was Hagen Drussel, and it brings up second down and 11. But first, we're going to get to the end of the first quarter, which after the safety forced by the Rangers was dominated by Pinedale as they have taken a 14-2 lead. We'll see if the next 12 minutes can go the way of the Rangers. They trail by 12. You're listening to KEMMERER Ranger football on mylocalradio.com.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
And we're back live at Pinedale High School. The Wranglers throwing an incomplete pass on second down, so it brings up 3rd and 11. Last pass was intended for Caleb Rainey in the back of the end zone. It was too far thrown, so we'll see what they come up. 3rd down and 11. In the shotgun is Lloyd. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Thane standing behind him. Rangers pulling the blitz off the right edge. They'll throw it out, and it's incomplete, overthrown toward the far sideline for Taylor Jensen. It was around the 10-yard line, and he had Chapin all over him, ready to make the tackle if he made the catch anyways. So a good stop by the Rangers. We'll see if Pinedale wants to kick the field goal here or if they want to try and go for it. Coach Johnson going to take a timeout and think this one over. 11:50 to play in the opening half. Just underway in the second quarter. 14-2, Pinedale leading. KEMMERER getting the opening safety, but after that it's been all Pinedale. And if you're just joining us, the Rangers do have a couple of injuries. Bobby Webster unable to go tonight, along with Braden Sumption, 2 of their starting running backs. Also Jackson Chalk, he's unable to play tonight, injured all last week in the Rollins loss. KEMMERER trying to bounce back after losing that game. But right now, Pinedale with all the momentum and an opportunity to add on to their lead. They are in front of the Rangers 14-2. It's a 4th and 11 from the 10-yard line of KEMMERER. So, again, when I talked with Coach Johnson, he said he's very impressed with Caleb Thane's leg. And they could potentially try and kick a field goal here. It would be about a 27-yarder. If they don't, though, it'll be a 4th and 11 from the 11-yard line, and it looks like they're going to go for it. So 4th and 11 for the Wranglers. A big opportunity for Kemmerer to get a stop. One wide out to the right, bunch wide receivers, 3 of them to the left. Taking the snap is Lloyd. He'll roll left, throw back to the right, and the ball, is it caught? It's being fought for in the end zone, and it is caught on 4th and 11. The touchdown going once again to Caleb Rainey, and he hauled that in. It is, as it was trying to be knocked away, but unable to knock it away were the Rangers, and it's a touchdown for Pinedale. Now 20-2 is the score. You see why Coach Johnson talked up Caleb Rainey. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight, that one of 11 yards. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 once again. 3 bunch wide receivers to the right. Taking the snap, Lloyd. Again, he'll keep it around the right edge. I think they stopped him, and they did. Nice job by the Kemmerer defense as they get him over there. It looked like Brandon Dumar who was able to make the stop. So the score remains 20-2. 11:45 to play second quarter. We'll take a break and come back. Kemmerer trailing 20-2 at Pinedale High School. You're listening to Ranger Football on mylocalradio.com.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
And we're back live. The kickoff coming and sent over by Lloyd. At the 5-yard line, it's caught, but we've got a stoppage of play. Looking to the officials, not sure if there was maybe an offside on the kickoff. I don't see a flag on the field, but that's normally what you'll get on a stopped kickoff. And we'll see what the official call is. Maybe they didn't actually blow the whistle to start the play. And they're not going to move the football, so Lloyd's going to kick off on the far hash marks at the 40. Not quite sure what happened. Back to receive for your Rangers. Zachariah Reed. And for the first time tonight, Peyton Grosselak. It goes to Reed. It goes over his head. He'll let it bounce a couple of times in the Wranglers' orange end zone to the left of us. And Kemmerer will come out and start on their 20-yard line. Desperately in need of a touchdown to get back into this game. They trail 20-2. And ever since, again, they got that opening safety, 3 straight touchdown passes thrown by Lloyd of 24 yards, 37 yards, and 11 yards. And we'll see if they can, Kemmerer, come up with a touchdown of their own. They'll have to go 80 yards to do it. McLeod is in the shotgun. Coming in late to get on the field is Hagen Drussel, the right guard. McLeod takes the snap. Motioning to the right is Grosselak. And the handoff is given around the left side to Chapin. He fights through, breaks a couple of tackles, and slides on the turf toward the 24-yard line. So a nice pickup there on first down of about 4 yards. 2nd and 6 upcoming for Kemmerer. 11.5 minutes to play in the opening half at Pinedale. 20-2. Wranglers in front of your Rangers in the second game of the season for both these teams. Both these teams also losing in their opening week. McLeod again will take the shotgun snap. He hands it on a cutback play to the left to Grosselak. And he'll get to the 26. A late flag flies in on the far sideline. Clock stopped at 10:58, and we'll see what the call is. Officials converging right around the 25, and it's a personal foul, face mask, and that's going to be called on the Wranglers. So an automatic first down, a second Ranger first down of the night, and this will change the field position, move them all the way up to the 42 on that face mask penalty. That first down by the Rangers brought to you by A-Plus Trophy and Sign, your local trophy and sign expert. And they're located over in Evanston. Go check them out. Kemmerer, good field position now up to their own 42-yard line. Again, three backs surrounding McLeod, wide out to each side. Handoff comes right to Grosselak, and he slides forward after being initially hit. Looked like a loss on the play as Tyler Owens and Jacob Hathaway in on the stop for the Pinedale Wranglers. And it'll bring up a second down and 10 for Kemmerer. 10.5 minutes to play in the opening half. 20-2 the score in favor of Pinedale. They're showing blitz creeping in. Kemmerer in a tight set. Handoff comes around again to Grosselak. He's got room to the 45. Just outside the far hash marks to the 46. Being dragged down, looked like again by Jacob Hathaway. And they'll mark it on the far hash marks at the 45. Kemmerer having to get to Pinedale's 48-yard line if they want to pick up the first down. A 3rd and 7. Rangers trailing 20-2, just under 10 to play in the second quarter. Wide out to the left, one to the right. McLeod with two backs around him. He'll take the snap, and it's fumbled. McLeod looks like he just fell on it at his own 43-yard line. And that'll bring up a 4th down and around 10. And Kemmerer's going to have to punt the football. 4th and 9, they'll call it. Ball sitting at the 42-yard line, and Reed will go back to punt for the Rangers. He stands at his own 30 on the far hash marks. Back to receive is Caleb Rainey, who's already got 2 touchdown catches tonight. High snap, Reed jumps, good kick down the far sideline, backs up Rainey, makes the catch at the 22, breaks the tackle to the 30, outside, and there he breaks another tackle coming near side to the 35. He's got room to the 40, to the 45, powerful stiff arm to the 45 of Kemmerer, to the 40, breaks another tackle to the 25, and he's going to score. 10-5 touchdown Rainey. He broke about 4 tackles, stiff-armed a couple Kemmerer Rangers, and he's got his 3rd touchdown of the night. This one, 78 yards on a punt return, and it's now 26-2 in favor of the Wranglers. My goodness, what a return there from Rainey. His 3rd touchdown of the night, and Kemmerer now in a deep hole, 26-2. A couple of big missed tackles. They had an opportunity to wrap him up at the 25, the 30. He stiff-armed a man at the 50, broke another tackle at the 30, and he gets all the way into the end zone. And again, Pinedale will go for 2. Under center is Lloyd. He'll hand it off to Thane. Right up the middle. He gets stuffed, but a flag flies in from the far side, and it's going to be an offensive false start on Caleb Rainey. Number 9 out on the far side, who just hustled and scored the touchdown. 3 touchdowns for Rainey. 2 catches, one of 34, the other of 11. And tack on a 78-yard punt return. It was Reed's best punt of the night. But the Rangers just unable to bring down the strong and fast Caleb Rainey. And it'll bring up another opportunity for the 2-point try after the penalty, but they're backed up to the 8-yard line. Again, Lloyd under center. He's got an offset on to the right. Thane in the backfield, wide out to each side. Rangers sit 3 down on the line. It's a toss play, right side. Thane cuts up to the 5, to the 2, into the end zone for the 2-point try. And the pitch play is good from Thane. And it is 28-2. Kemmerer trailing now with 8:57 to play in the opening half. We'll take a quick break. Ranger football in trouble on the road against Pinedale, 28-2 in favor of the Wranglers. You're listening on mylocalradio.com.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
Welcome back. You're listening to Kemmerer football as they trail 28-2 early on in the second quarter. They're ready to get the football back, though, as Lloyd has it set up on the far hash marks at the 40-yard line. Back to receive for the Rangers is Reed. And it's a low bouncing kick that'll skip up, and it goes under the arms of Peyton Grosselak. He was back as well. Into the end zone, a touchback, and the ball will come out to the 20-yard line where Kemmerer once again will start this drive. Well, it's been an offensive slugfest for at least Pinedale as they've put up 28 points. 3 touchdown passes from their senior quarterback, Brendan Lloyd. 3 overall touchdowns from their junior wide receiver, Caleb Rainey, who just took back a 78-yard punt return. And it is 28-2. We'll see if the Rangers can do something offensively. They've been stuffed pretty much all night. They've picked up a couple first downs, but that's been it. McLeod in the shotgun. He's got a running back to his right. Looks like it's Reed. Wide out to the right. 2 wideouts. Check that. 3 wideouts to the left. Rangers may come out throwing as they've got to score and score fast. Just under 9 minutes to play first half. Reed stands right behind McLeod. McLeod takes the shotgun. He'll throw quickly out to the far side. It's caught. And running up to the 22-yard line for the Rangers is number 34, Victor Rodriguez, who makes the grab. A gain of 2 yards on the play brings up 2nd and 8. Eight and a half minutes to play, second quarter. Rangers got an early safety to take a 2-0 lead, but since then, 28 unanswered points by Pinedale. Kemmerer in their tight set, and the handoff goes around the near edge. Grosselak breaks his stiff arm and comes up to the 25, spinning around and down at the 30. And it looks like he may have enough for the first down. Peyton Grosselak getting the carries. And it looks like it is a first down for the Rangers right at the 30-yard line on the near hash marks. So a good gain for the Rangers. That first down brought to you once again by A+ Trophy and Sign, your local trophy and sign expert. And go give them an opportunity to get you a trophy. They're located out in Evanston. Rangers trailing by 26. 1st and 10, though, at their own 30-yard line. McLeod in the shotgun takes the snap. He'll keep it left side, and he's going to be pushed around and dropped. Looks like he was able to push forward for 3 yards. A slew of tacklers over there, including Connor Sullivan and Aldo Arredondo on that defensive front for Pinedale. It'll bring up 2nd and 7, 7 minutes to play, opening half. Kemmerer looks to the sideline, and Coach Rogers to get the play call. McLeod waiting for the snap with 2 wideouts to the left and 1 to the right. Showing blitz up the middle and bringing his Pinedale. McLeod, he'll throw, lofts it over the middle, incomplete. Nice pass break up at the 41 by who else? Caleb Rainey breaks up the pass. Looked like it was intended for Grosselak, and he's unable to make the catch. Good play, though, by Rainey. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. We'll see what the Rangers do on 3rd down. Have to get to the 40. Ball sitting at their own 33. McLeod with a back to a right and one behind him. In motion behind him is Grosselak. McLeod takes a snap. He'll roll right side. Has plenty of time. Now being chased, and he'll just take off with it and gets tripped up at the 35. The tackle on the near sideline made by number 14, Spencer Criddle. And the Rangers most likely going to have to punt the football. It's 4th and 5 at their own 35, and they'll send Zachariah Reed back. Last Reed punt was taken back 78 yards on a terrific return by Caleb Rainey, who scored his 3rd touchdown of the night. And if you Reed, you may want to kick away from this athletic fellow. Reed stands on his near hash marks, left foot in front of the right at the 22. He'll take a step to the right, catches the snap, and a high short kick. Rainey going over to the middle field, grabs it at the 32. Cutting right, puts his hand down, now comes back left to the 35, breaks another tackle, spins away, but he won't spin away from Brandon Drumer as he's able to make the tackle. Brandon Doomer, excuse me. But a good job by Rainey to elude a couple of tacklers, but the Rangers weren't going to let him get away once again. Pinedale will take over. 5:44 left in the first half. 28-2, the Wranglers in front. They have had success on their last 3 offensive possessions. See if the Rangers can get a stop. Lloyd is in under center. Offset eye to the left. Thane in the backfield. Rangers have 4 down linemen. The pitch goes left to Thane. He'll cut back, breaks a tackle at the 40, breaks another one, puts his arm out, and gets to the 44. He was able to get past Justin Vanderzalm, the initial guy who had a chance to bring him down. Picks up 5 yards on the play and brings up 2nd down at 5. Ball sitting on the near hash marks on the 45. Pinedale going right to left. See the big white Wrangler logo in the midfield. Wranglers in those green uniforms with the 2 white stripes up the sides, white helmets, and the green Wrangler on their helmet. Kemmerer, of course, in the white uniforms, black pants, black socks, black helmets. 2nd and 5 for the Wranglers. Lloyd looks left. He'll motion a man, fakes the handoff, and now gives it to Thane. Thane comes forward for 2. You think that handoff to Taylor Jensen around the edge, and Thane was able to get 2 yards, bringing up a 3rd down and 3. And Pinedale going to have to get to the 50-yard line. Coming out is Zachariah Reed. In comes Colton Rydstrom. A 3rd down and 3 at their own 47 for Pinedale. Shotgun formation, 2 wideouts to each side. Taking the snap, it's a high snap. Quarterback keep left side, and the 1st down picked up and more. Bowling over Grosselak is Brendan Lloyd at the 41-yard line. And he gets a big gainer on 3rd and 3. And a 1st down into Kemmerer territory. They'll spot it at the 42. .409 remaining in the first half. Rangers trailing the Wranglers 28-2 in the opening conference game of the year for both these 2 teams. Lloyd again will go under center. 3 wideouts spread out to the near side, 1 to the right, as that's Rainey. In the backfield is Thane. Motion to the right, getting it on the end around is Jensen. He's being chased by Johnson, gets to the 40-yard line, and he stumbles out of bounds around the 38, right in front of the Kemmerer bench. Kemmerer sideline over there. He picks up positive yards. And Pinedale slowly moving the football closer and closer to the Kemmerer goal line with just over 3:40 remaining in the first half. We'll call it 2nd and 5 from the 38. Ball's located on the far hash marks. Wranglers going right to left in the green uniforms. Lloyd in the shotgun with a man behind him and a timeout called by Coach Johnson. He wants to talk it over with his offense. 2nd and 5 upcoming. The ball sitting at the Kemmerer 38-yard line with 3:43 remaining in the first half. Rangers trail 28-2. You're listening to Kemmerer Ranger football on mylocalradio.com.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
Welcome back to Pinedale High School, 28-2, Kemmerer trailing the Wranglers. And make sure you join us for the T-Bar S halftime show, as I'll have a couple of interviews lined up as we talk with our student of the week over at Kemmerer High School. 2nd and 5 for Pinedale in the pistol formation, motioning to the right. They'll come left on the option. The pitch is thrown backwards at the 50. The ball's loose. Falling on it, though, is Thane quickly at the 45. And it's a good thing for Pinedale that he did, because there was 4 or 5 Rangers chasing him after he scooped it up. If he doesn't scoop that up, there's no one for Pinedale in the vicinity, and that's an easy scoop and score for the Rangers. But instead, it'll just bring up a long 3rd down. Ball at the Pinedale 45. They've got to get all the way to the Kemmerer 32 to pick up this first down. 3rd down and 23. 3:02 remaining in the first half. Rangers had a good opportunity to get their first turnover of the game, but unable to. And we'll see what Pinedale does on 3rd and 23. They go offset out of the left. Backing up Lloyd. Looks left side, and he'll loft it that way. McLeod gets his hand up. He wasn't able to tip it away, but it falls incomplete, out of bounds as well, intended for Garrett Lozier. He has a touchdown catch, the first of the game. Tell you what, Brendan Lloyd puts an awful lot of loft into his throws. He makes it real easy for his receivers to try and come down with the football. A stop for the Rangers, though, after the big loss on 2nd down on the pitch try. And Jacob Mitchell standing back to kick at his own 35. Back to receive is Taylor Chapin at the Kemmerer 18-yard line. Mitchell takes a step to his right, almost has it blocked. He'll kick it away from Chapin to the far sideline. Bounces at the 20, the 15, and Chapin goes over to collect it at the 10, but it's out of bounds. With 2:34 remaining in the first half. And if you're Kemmerer right now, an ideal scenario is drive it down the field, get some points, and leave about 10 seconds on the clock. So Pinedale can't do anything with the football. Got to get some points if you're Kemmerer. Pinedale's going to get the football to start the second half. So Rangers really need to take this football down and try and score. They trail 28-2. 2.5 to play first half. They start at their own 9-yard line. McLeod in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Rolls near side. Has time to throw. He throws on the run, and it's incomplete. Intended for Noah Johnson. He got turned around a little bit, and a dangerous throw in between about 3 Pinedale defenders. Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Rangers. They've got to get to the 19-yard line for a first, as they trail 28-2. 2.5 minutes to play, first half. Rangers have it 2nd and 10 at their own 10. McLeod, 3 backs around him, takes the snap. He'll hand it around the left edge, breaking a tackle there and up to the 25. And getting a first down is Taylor Chapin. It looks like it is. Chapin all the way up to the 21, A gain of 11. Biggest play of the night for the Rangers, and that'll give them a first down. And that first down brought to you, as always, by A-Plus Trophy and Sign, your local trophy and sign expert. Go check them out. They're over in Evanston. Rangers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 21 now, as they drive left to right with just over 2 minutes to play first half. McLeod waiting, takes the snap. He'll hand it again around the left edge to Chapin. This time, the Wranglers bottle him up right around the line of scrimmage. Over there to make the tackle is Brendan Lloyd. Again, you talk about these 4 games that these two coaches have been in, and they've all been blowouts one way or the other, and right now, Kemmerer on the wrong end of one. There's a flag that's flown in. The handoff goes around the near side, this time to Grosselak. He gets up to the 25-yard line. And this is going to bring him back. It looked like a false start penalty or illegal motion on Kemmerer. And we'll see what they want to do. Coach Johnson, the officials looking at Coach Rogers trying to explain what happened. So back up Kemmerer, it'll bring up 2nd and 9. And talk about all these games being lopsided between these two coaches. In 2011, Kemmerer wins 39-14. 2012, the Rangers won 29-0 against Pinedale. And then last year, the Wranglers beating Kemmerer 34-0. And this year, 28-2, Rangers trailing the Wranglers, 2nd and 9. McLeod takes the snap. Another penalty flag flies down. The pass is caught at the 19-yard line. Noah Johnson makes the catch and immediately tackled on the near sideline. Play over there made by Jacob Mitchell along with Cody Criddle. But again, a flag flew in right away, so it's either going to be an illegal motion or an offsides. We'll see what the officials sort out. 1:16 remaining in the first half. Kemmerer deep in their own territory, and this one going to go on the side of the Rangers once again. Officials taking a long time, but finally mentioned that it's a false start. Penalty was declined by the Wranglers, though. So the catch stands to Johnson, and it's a 3rd down and what looks like about 11 as the Rangers at their own 19-yard line on the near hash marks. 1:13 to play. Clock is running in this first half. Rangers trailing 28-2. Trying to pick up a first down here. Got a line out to the right, 1 to the left. 3 backs around McLeod. Now in motion to the left. Snap goes to McLeod. He's just going to run with it, but he's sacked back at the 15-yard line. Blitz came up the middle, and the play made by Sergio Sands. And Kemmerer going to have to punt the football. So a 3rd and long situation, and McLeod had no chance as he was under pressure from the start. And the Rangers will have to punt the football. Reed back at his own 3-yard line. Back to receive is the very dangerous Taney. And it's a long kick, line drive, but they kick it away, and it hops at the 40 all the way down to the 35. Great kick, and finally down by McLeod on the far hash marks at the 33. A really nice job by Reed to kick it away from Rainey. He already took a 78-yard punt return back. Won't get an opportunity here, and you may just see Pinedale run out the clock with 11 seconds to go in this first half. All Pinedale at their home field, leading 28-2 against your Rangers. They got an opening safety, and now they're going to bring the football back. And what do we have? Maybe a flag on the play on the Wranglers and an automatic first down for Kemmerer. So not sure what the call was, but it's an automatic first down. The issue, the Rangers only have 11 seconds left on the clock. Ball sits at their 30-yard line, 70 yards away from a touchdown, and only 11 seconds to play. We'll see what they end up doing. May see a long heave from McLeod as he gets the call from Rogers over on the sideline. Rangers break the huddle. They'll send a wide out to the left, one to the right, make it two to the right as Chapin comes out, and the clock's just going to run out. The clock was still running, and not sure why it ran out. It looked like they kept the ball at a penalty. And I think that's what maybe Coach Rogers is trying to get a hold of the officials right now to say, hey, we got one more play. Half can end on a defensive penalty. And the officials discussing it right now. I believe Kemmerer is going to get another play. And they're going to ask to put more time on the clock. So we're not going to get to halftime yet. Rangers will have at least one more play. Oh. And it looks like they're not. So officials let the clock run out. That's a tough break for the Rangers. It would have been 1st and 10 at their own 30. But the clock comes to 0 after 24 minutes of play. And a tough start for the Rangers. They trail 28-2. Come back, we'll have the T-Bar S halftime show and break down this first half, tell you what happened. As the Rangers behind by 26 in their conference opener against Pinedale. Come right back with us. You're listening to Kemmerer Football on mylocalradio.com.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
You're watching the Pinedale High School Band as we welcome you back to the T-Bar S halftime show. I'm Adam Jackson here on mylocalradio.com. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight to Kemmerer Ranger football. They unfortunately have not played their best game in the opening week. They lost 34-6 to Rollins, and tonight they find themselves behind 28-2. And let's tell you how they got there. Off to a good start. They forced a safety as Jacob Mitchell, the punter for Pinedale, stepped out of the back of the end zone, and Kemmerer was up 2-0 early, but after that, it was all Wranglers, scoring 4 touchdowns, 3 of them from the arm of Brendan Lloyd, the senior 4-year starting quarterback, and Coach Alan Johnson, he didn't lie to me. He talked up both Lloyd and his receiver Caleb Rainey, who's got 3 touchdowns tonight, and both of them have been a big reason why Pinedale is in front by 26 points. Lloyd found Lausier for 24 yards with 2:54 remaining in the first quarter, and then he came back with a 37-yard strike to Rainey, who caught a terrific pass, one-handed grab at the Kemmerer 5-yard line and ran it in, a 37-yard touchdown pass with just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. And then a couple more touchdowns in the second quarter. Lloyd throwing to Rainey on a 4th and 11. Kemmerer had an opportunity to get the stop, but Rainey came up with a tough catch in traffic, held on to the football, and that made it 20-2 with 11:45 remaining in the first half. And then one more, and it was a terrific play. Caleb Rainey, 78 yards. He broke about 5 tackles, utilized his stiff arm, cut inside around the near sideline, and took back the punt off of Zachariah Reed. And it was 78 yards later, he was in the end zone with 8:57 to go in the first half. A 2-point conversion try after a false start penalty was converted on a toss play to the right, as getting in was Caleb Thane. And that made it 28-2, and that's where we stand with 10 minutes to play at halftime, or 10 minutes remaining in the halftime here at Pinedale High School. And we'll play 24 minutes again in the second half when we come back. Well, when we do come back, we're going to sit down, and we caught up earlier with the Student of the Week for Kemmerer. So we'll have that interview at halftime here for you, as the Rangers, in a hole, they trail 28-2, 9.5 minutes until we get back out on the field for the second half. You're listening to the T-Bar-S Halftime Show on mylocalradio.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
Now joining me for the Kemmerer Student of the Week is Colton Gregory. And Colton, just tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm a senior. I lived in Kemmerer for roughly 2.5 years. I can't play football this year, too many head injuries, but I'm planning on playing basketball and track. I love Kemmerer. I love the school atmosphere. I love to hunt and fish out here. It's awesome country for that, beautiful mountains. I work. And then this year I've got 4 shop classes, so I'm in the shop all the time.
Awesome. Let's first start with, you said you've been in Kemmerer for 2 years. Where'd you come from, and did you like it out there?
I moved from Pine Bluffs, Wyoming. It's as far southeast as you can get in the state. I hated it there. It's too flat, too much farm country. And yeah, I just need to get back to the sagebrush in the mountains.
Now talk to me about some of your activities that you said you do. You said you work in the shop a lot. What do you do in the shop?
I'm in the shop. I'm Mr. Bullington's shop foreman is what he likes to call me, and I'm just out there doing the bigger jobs that he's got, helping the kids out, teaching them every way I can, sharing the knowledge that I've learned in and outside of school.
We're talking with Colton Gregory, our Student of the Week here at Kemmerer, and you're a senior here. Do you have any aspirations to go to college after you're done with school?
My first 2 years, I'm planning on going to Western Wyoming College, and after that, plan on going to UW, majoring in wildlife and fisheries biology. That way I could either go, I want to go in the game of fish as either a biologist or a game warden.
You said you like to fish, you like to hunt as well. What's a good spot out here? I'm from Michigan, so I'm not even familiar with this place. What's a good spot? Where do you like to go, on weekends to go out and just relax?
Just relax. I like to head north, go up Hams Fork or Fontenelle, either or. Fishing's good. I'm always seeing moose, elk, and deer. And there's plenty of places to go camping and just take your lady and look at the sunset.
Okay, a romantic man. All right, good stuff. Let's see. Tell me more about Kemmerer High School. What are some of the things you do or some of the things you like about Kemmerer High School?
Well, there's always sports. I'm participating in those, but I really like just the atmosphere of the school. Everybody gets along here. You don't see the bullying or the put-downs. Everybody's just a big team here. Teachers are good. The kids are good. I can sit down at any table and carry on a conversation all lunch with any kid here.
We're talking with our student of the week here at Kemmerer High School, Colton Gregory, and you said you would be playing football, but you've got concussions. So take me through, when you did play football, what position did you play?
In high school, my freshman year, I started as nose guard, and I was, at the beginning of the season, second string tailback, and then by the end of the season, because of injuries, I was weak side guard, just because I like to stick my head into things and just give her my all.
So you can't play this year, unfortunately, because of the concussions. Are you a big advocate and a supporter still of the football team? You're going to go out and watch all the games?
I still love football, still my passion. I mean, I haven't loved it any less since then, and I support our boys, and I love watching them, talking to them, and hearing about how the games went.
We're talking with our student of the week, Colton Gregory, and you like to play, but do you have a favorite team football-wise?
Pittsburgh Steelers. That's my team. They beat the Browns. Pretty happy.
See, I'm a Lions fan, so I'm pretty excited for the season to start. They always break my heart, so we'll see how that goes this year. Any favorite college teams that you have?
Oh, Pokes, go IO, and of course Notre Dame, fighting Irish.
You're hitting my heart again. I'm a big Wolverines fan, so did you watch the Notre Dame game on Saturday?
No, I couldn't make it. I was hunting.
Well, it was a rough game for me, but a better game for you. All right, Colton Gregory, our student of the week. All right, Colton Gregory, thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, sir.
That was our student of the week, Colton Gregory, and unfortunately for Colton, he is a Notre Dame fan, and I am indeed going to hold that against him. The Irish beating down my Wolverines 31-0 last Saturday. But Colton, thank you so much for joining us, as he was our standout student over at Kemmerer. We'll take a couple more breaks, 4.5 minutes to go until we have football again, both teams coming out on the field. We also talked with the head coach of Wyoming, Craig Bohl, coming off a big victory over Air Force. He's going to have to go into Eugene, Oregon, though, and do something Michigan State did not, and that's beat the Oregon Ducks at home. They'll play tomorrow. We'll talk to Coach after these couple of breaks. When we come back on the T-Bar-S halftime show here at Pinedale High School, Kemmerer trailing 28-2. 4 minutes until we get action going again in the second half. You're listening to Kemmerer Football on mylocalradio.com.
Wrecking your car can be a real headache, not to mention the stress. Whether you've had major damage or a fender bender, we can fix it. Let us relieve the stress. We'll work directly with your insurance company and have you back up and running quickly. Plus, we guarantee our work. Stop in for an estimate today. It only takes about 10 minutes and it's free. T-Bar-S Body Shop on Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, across from the cemetery. 789-2639.
Coach, a big win in your first Mountain West Conference game. Talk about edging in Laramie, the Air Force Academy Falcons.
We're really pleased for our players. It was a great win for our program. We knew it would be a tough-fought game against Air Force. They're a much improved team from the previous year. And from what I've been told, a lot of the games between Wyoming and Air Force have gone down to one possession. And so we're really pleased to come up with a win. We certainly can build on that. Nothing builds success like success, and particularly when you have some adversity to deal with. And so that's a good win for us. We were fortunate to work through the game without any significant injuries. When I say significant injuries, any bumps and bruises. So we'll be at full strength getting ready for University of Oregon this week. And so well pleased with a 2-0 start.
The scheduling gods have offered up an unusual round robin over the course of 4 weeks between a trio of teams from different conferences. Talk about breaking down Saturday's game film of Michigan State at Oregon, two teams you play so soon after they faced one another.
Well, we felt going into the ball game would be a marquee national game, which it turned out to be. There were certainly ebbs and flows during the course of the game, and I think you've got two different styles of play. I was particularly surprised. The number of Oregon has been a very prolific offense, but Michigan State has established themselves as one of the top defensive teams in the country, and so for Oregon to score as many points as what they did on Michigan State is very impressive, and I think it sends a message to everybody around the country, particularly us, how explosive the University of Oregon is.
Coach, how do you slow down the high-octane quack attack offense that the University of Oregon Ducks so famously feature?
Well, I think the biggest thing for us is we need to control the football offensively. And that's been part of our reason why our point total has been down to where it is because our offense has done a nice job with time of possession, changing the field and moving the field over. So that's going to be a point of emphasis, number one. Particularly, too, we need to be very assignment bound. Along with that, the University of Oregon possesses great athleticism and speed, and they're very elusive. And so as a result of that, we'll need to make sure we have all our players in position to gang tackle. I think it's unrealistic to think that we're going to go into the game and just have on-point, one-on-one tackles that are being made throughout the ball game. We're going to need to make sure we've got our pursuit angles set, and then within the passing game, not give up any cheap plays. I thought Oregon did a nice job scheming some things up against Michigan State, and many times they had some receivers that were flat wide open, and so we've got to do a better job of that.
Coach, I thought your quarterback play really improved against Air Force. Talk about what you're receiving out of the signal caller position.
I thought Kobe played better during the course of the game. There's certainly areas where he can improve, and Kobe has really been a player who improves with more opportunities. And so the biggest thing that I thought where he really shined was the last drive. I believe he was 6 of 7, and that's circumstance going 75 yards and then connecting on the touchdown pass. That showed a lot, and showed a lot about his resolve and his character.
And finally, Coach, there just aren't a lot of weaknesses on this Ducks team, are there?
No, and that's why they're number 2 in the country. And typically when you're able to score the way they do and then defensively play the way they are, that indicates you've got a lot of talent. The players are well coached. They have a unique plan, and they execute that plan well. And I think what's really going to be important is for us to control the things that we can control and knowing who we are and not try to do some things that are outside our comfort zone. And so we'll continue to do that. And I think it's important. Continual improvement is really important in any program. We've made good improvement from our first game to our second game. It's going to be important that we make improvement in our third game here. And those things right there, hanging on our hat on the things that we really believe in, I think are going to give us our opportunity to win the game.
And that was the head coach of your Wyoming Pokes, Craig Bull, as he talks about the upcoming game against the Oregon Ducks. That's coming up tomorrow. We are ready to start the second half. The kickoff was actually underway, but penalty on the Rangers as they look to be offsides. That concludes your T-Bar S halftime show, the T-Bar S Technoglass of Evanston, as the Rangers will kick off from left to right. Zachariah Reed kicking it off back to Caleb Rainey. Taylor Jensen also back there as well, along with Peyton Anderson. They go Jensen, Rainey, Anderson from left to right. Ball sits in the middle of the field at the Kemmerer 45. Reed puts his hand in the air, and he'll run up from the 25 and launch this high into the air. Short kick taken at the 15, and it's taken by Rainey. Following his blocking along the right side, cuts out to the 34, moves backwards, and then is tackled at the 34. Gang piled over there, and into the middle of that was Grosselak, who makes the stop for the Rangers. And out offensively, here come the Wranglers. And boy, they were good in that first half, putting up 28 points, 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdown passes thrown by Brendan Lloyd. And concluding the scoring was a 78-yard touchdown on a punt return from their speedster wideout, Caleb Rainey. See if the Rangers can make some adjustments. They really did start well off defensively, in that first quarter, but just weren't able to force any turnovers. Had a couple chances. A fumble was on the turf. They didn't come up with it. And then they also had an opportunity, Victor Rodriguez, to pick a ball off. He was unable to, and the Wranglers later went on to score on that drive. So we'll see if they can create some turnovers, change the field position, and get back into this football game, trailing by 26. 28-2. Wranglers in front. They go right to left in the green uniforms. Kemmerer in the white tops, black pants, black black socks, and black helmets. Lloyd in the pistol to start the second half. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Lloyd gets the snap at his own 29, wants to throw, but first we'll get a flag down. And really, it was a very long first half, a lot of penalties, a lot of scoring. And And 13 seconds into the second half, we've got a false start called on Pinedale. This will back them up to their own 29-yard line. Ball sitting just inside the far hash marks. Again, they'll send 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Lloyd takes the snap, backing up to his 20. Wants to throw, and it's juggled and then caught on the far sideline, breaking a tackle up to the 40, dragging Kemmerer defenders around the first down marker to the 44. And then we've got a late flag that flies in on that far sideline. Could be a late hit or some unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll see what the call is. But the reception over there, right around another first down for Pinedale. That official stepping up to the 40-yard line, and he'll tell us the call, we think. Personal foul, and that's going to go on Pinedale. So the Wranglers getting called for a personal foul. This will back them up. And we'll see if they call this, if it was after the play or if it was during the play. It looks like they'll say it was during the, nope, it'll be second down. So they'll call it second down. Ball being spotted around the 28-yard line. So it'll be about second down and 16. Just underway in the second half. Wranglers in front of your Rangers, 28-2. Got the ball at their own 28, need to get to their own 44 to get the first down. 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the left. Under center is Lloyd. Kemmerer with 3 down linemen. And the handoff goes up the middle, and 3 plays. And for the 3rd straight play, we've got another flag. All 3 of these flags going against the Wranglers. And as you can imagine, Coach Johnson halfway onto the field, not happy with his offense. And this is what took so long in the first half, is we had a lot of penalties. And the Wranglers just backing up. Now it's going to be second down and 21. Ball at their own 22, far hash marks. Again, Kemmerer in that 3-5 defense, 3 down linemen in the front. Rangers have 4 wideouts, the Wranglers, Lloyd takes the snap back to the 15. He'll throw, lofting it up the middle, and there to pick it off is McLeod. He's got room to the 35, to the 30. Now down to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and spinning around down to the 5 goes Dylan McLeod as he was just playing center field out there and picked off that football. And there is the first turnover that the Rangers forced tonight, and they've got it 1st and goal at the 5. If you're Kemmerer, that's what you need, is turnovers to change that field position. And they've got a golden opportunity to get their first touchdown of this game. They came out with fire in the second half in last week's game. Got a turnover and went down the field and scored. We'll see what they can do here. McLeod, who just picked it off, the quarterback. He's got Grosselec to the left, Chapin to his right. Handoff goes to Grosselec, cutting up to the 3, and he's dragged down on the near hash marks. Tackle made by Brendan Lloyd, the man that just threw the interception. McLeod hustling over to talk with Coach Rogers to get the play call. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3. Kemmerer needs nothing less than a touchdown here, trailing 28-2. McLeod again with 2 backs to each side. And he's got Reed behind him. Handoff given to Grosselec. Cuts inside, dives forward, reaches across the goal line, and it's a touchdown. Peyton Grosselec gets the 3-yard run. Kemmerer gets their first touchdown of the night, and they've cut the lead down to 28-8. And we'll see if they go for 2 or if they try and kick the extra point. So a 3-yard run by Grosselec. And they look like they're going to go for 2. Nope, they're going to bring out the field goal unit. Coaches decide they want to try the extra point. And Zachariah Reed puts down the tee. It'll be McLeod on the hold. He sits kneeling at the 10. Reed ready. The snap is down. The kick is up. And it is straight through the upright. So what a start to this second half. 51 seconds in, and Kemmerer gets on the board after an interception by McLeod. 2 plays later, in the end zone on a 3-yard run by Grosselek, and they've cut the lead to 28-9. We'll take a break, come back. Kemmerer trailing 28-9 here in Pinedale. You're listening to Ranger Football on mylocalradio.com.
What does the paint on your front door, the paint on your garage doors, or lasting color on a new sign for your business have in common? The answer, T-Bar S Body Shop. That's right, T-Bar S Body Shop handles custom paint jobs. So when you need a paint job that can withstand all types of weather, season after season, T-Bar S Body Shop has a solution. Call us today. T-Bar S Body Shop in Technoglass of Evanston, 307-789-2639. That's 789-2639.
Welcome back to Pinedale High School. The Rangers off to a good start in the second half, cutting into that 26-point deficit. They get the interception by Dylan McLeod, who literally was just waiting at about the 45-yard line like a center fielder to pick that ball off. Took it all the way back to the 5, and Kemmerer was able to punch it in 2 plays later, and now they'll kick it off. Zach Reed at his own 40, and he just squibs it down, takes a high hop. It's taken by the up man, number 56, Jacob Hathaway, and he just goes immediately down at the 29-yard line. So good job. I like that decision by the Rangers. You keep it away from the athlete Caleb Rainey, who's just burned you all night long with his speed. He's had a terrific game. And the Rangers will pin back Pinedale, and I tell you what, they get a stop here, maybe get another turnover. They can get back into this football game. 28-9, Kemmerer trailing. 11:09 remaining third quarter. Under center is Brendan Lloyd. Offset eye to the left, handoff. Comes around the near side to Thane, and he's tackled in the backfield. Nice play for the Rangers. It was Justin Vanderzalm who got back there to make the stop. A loss of what looks like 1. Brings up second and 11, as the clock runs down in this third quarter as we're about a minute and a half in. Lloyd in the shotgun. He's got Thane behind him in the pistol. Takes the high snap. He'll run it just himself. Keeps it up the middle for about a yard. He was hit there and met by Hagen Drussel on the play. So it brings up 3rd and 10. Actually call it 3rd and 8 for the Wranglers. And a big opportunity again for Kemmerer. Get some momentum. They've got it right now. If they can get a stop, they'll get the football back. 3rd and 8. Here we go. Wranglers have to get to the 38 in the pistol formation. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Kemmerer rushes 3. All day for the throw, and it's caught at the 40. Snatched out of midair on the far hash marks by who else? Caleb Rainey comes up with another play, and that'll move the sticks for the Wranglers. They needed 8. They picked up 10, and it's first down at the Wrangler 41-yard line. That's a long throw as well by Brendan Lloyd. He threw that across the field, and he threw a strike to Rainey. And unfortunate for the Rangers, that'll keep the drive alive. 1st and 10 now at their own 41. Pinedale going right to left. They're in the green unis. Handoff goes up the middle, now around the left edge, and Thane tripped over his own player. He tried to hop over the top of Peyton Anderson, the tight end for the Wranglers, but his left shoe got caught. And nice job by Anderson to help out the Rangers there. No gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 10. 3 minutes into this third quarter, Kemmerer with an interception and then a touchdown. They trail 28-9. Trying to get a stop, maybe a turnover and get the football back. Pinedale offense has been tough, though, tonight. Again, under center goes Lloyd. In motion to the left, the handoff is faked. Now around the left edge. It's a quarterback keep to the 40. And met there and dragged down at the 42 is Brendan Lloyd. He's brought down by Johnson. Noah Johnson, the freshman for Kemmerer, making the stop. And once again, the Rangers with an opportunity to get a stop. A 3rd and 8 upcoming. Wranglers have to get to the Kemmerer 49 to pick up the first down. Ball sits on the near hash marks, just short of the 45. Wranglers huddled up to the right in the green unis. They'll break the huddle. Come up to the 43-yard line with a wide out to the right and 2 to the left. In the pistol formation, Lloyd with Thane behind him. Kemmerer showing that they might blitz. They do. And the handoff comes around the near side and dragged down at the 45. The ball comes out, and it's another turnover, and it's another Kemmerer football in the hands of their quarterback, McLeod, who picks up the ball at the 45. Back-to-back trips for the Pinedale offense result in turnovers. And Kemmerer now has it 1st and 10 at the 45. All the momentum on the side of the Rangers. McLeod has been the man in the right spot as he scoops up the fumble after intercepting Brendan Lloyd on the last possession. And let's see if Kemmerer can get up there and score another touchdown. 7:47 to play. 3rd quarter. They're down 28-2 at the half. They've cut it to 28-9, and they get a touchdown here. It could make it interesting. But first, we're going to get a timeout from Coach Rogers. Looks like the Rangers didn't have the personnel on the field. But Kemmerer fighting back early in this 3rd quarter. An interception, then a touchdown, and now a fumble recovery. They'll have a short field when we come back. 1st and 10 at the 45 for the Rangers, trailing 28-9. You're listening to Kemmerer Football on mylocalradio.com.
What does the paint on your front door, the paint on your garage doors, or lasting color on a new sign for your business have in common? The answer, T-Bar S Body Shop. That's right, T-Bar S Body Shop handles custom paint jobs. So when you need a paint job that can withstand all types of weather, season after season, T-Bar S Body Shop has a solution. Call us today. T-Bar S Body Shop in Technobass of Evanston, 307-789-2639. That's 789-2639.
And welcome back to mylocalradio.com. You've got the Pinedale Pep Band to our right. Actually right in front of our cameraman, Warren Cook, who's basically been added to the band tonight as he's braving the cold and the loud noises. Here's a quick snap. McLeod rolling to his left, throws on the run, and the pass is dropped by Grosselak over at the 42-yard line. Pass was a little bit below his waist, but he still should have made the catch, unable to come up with it. And it brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Rangers with 7:32 to play in this 3rd quarter. Rangers trying to capitalize on a fumble recovery by their quarterback, Dylan McLeod. They go tight set. 3 backs around McLeod, takes the high snap, hands off left side. Chapin has room to the 40, cutting outside, almost breaking a tackle, gets up to the 39. A late flag flies in. Now 3 of them come in. It looked like Chapin had his helmet twisted around. And if that's the case, you tack 15 yards on, and Kemmerer will be all the way up to the 25. But 3 flags came in at the same time, so they might be offsetting penalties. Nope, they will get the face mask. And a good call as Chapin had his helmet ripped around. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rangers inside the 25-yard line of Pinedale. 7.5 minutes to play in this 3rd quarter. Kemmerer trying to cut more into this deficit. 1st and 10 at the 24. Line out to each side as McLeod stands in the shotgun. He'll hand it around the right edge to Grosselak, who's dropped in the backfield at the 29 on the near hash marks. Tackle over there made by Sergio Sands, who was in there, along with Jacob Hathaway and Tyler Owens. Big Bonnie's up front with a good push for the Wranglers. And that brings up 2nd and 14. Ball on the near hash marks, sitting at the Pinedale 28. Tight set for the Rangers. 5 down linemen. High snap, left side. Chapin scoots out of a tackle, still running along, and he gets tackled. Brought down on that far side of the field. In there to make the stop was Jacob Mitchell. May have gained a yard on the play, but that's it. And they will give him no gain on the play, so it's 3rd and 14. Kemmerer needing to get to the 19-yard line. Check that, the 14-yard line. They've got it at the 28. McLeod in the shotgun, 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap, he'll roll left side. Being chased, he's in trouble, and he's dropped way back at the 37-yard line as the tackle over there made by number 56, Jacob Hathaway. And that's a sack for Pinedale, and that'll back Kemmerer way up to to the Pinedale 35. And if you're the Rangers here, you're going to have to punt the football. Zachariah Reed will stand back at the Pinedale 48. Back to receive is Caleb Rainey. He's backing up currently to his 12-yard line. Reed takes the punt. High kick down the far side, keeping it away from Rainey. A good chance to back up Pinedale, and they do as it goes out of bounds at the 3-yard line on the far side. A great kick by Zachariah Reed. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wranglers with 5:21 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And they'll be backed up inside their own 3 when we come back. Kemmerer leading, check that, trailing 28-9. 5.5 to play, 3rd quarter. You're listening to Ranger Football on mylocalradio.com.
Wrecking your car can be a real headache, not to mention the stress. Whether you've had major damage or a fender bender, we can fix it. Let us relieve the stress. We'll work directly with your insurance company and have you back up and running quickly. Plus, we guarantee our work. Stop in for an estimate today. It only takes about 10 minutes and it's free. T-Bar S Body Shop on Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, across from the cemetery. 789-2639.
And we welcome you back to Pinedale High School. I'm Adam Jackson, joining you on mylocalradio.com. Handoff on 1st down to Thame around the right edge. He was stopped for a gain of nothing. Brings up 2nd and 10. Nice play by the Ranger defense. They've got Pinedale backed up against their own end zone. 2nd time they've had this tonight. The 1st time, Kemmerer was able to get a safety. They trail 28-9. Under center is Lloyd. Thane waiting in the backfield. 2 wideouts to the right. And now in motion near side. The handoff is faked. It'll be given to Thane around the right side. He gets up to the 10-yard line, just outside the numbers, as he was brought down by a slew of Rangers. And it looks like it's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Ball sits on the far hash marks at the 10. Wranglers having to get to the 13-yard line. 4 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Each of these teams trying to get their first win of the year, and right now the Wranglers, the team in front, leading 28-9. A big 3rd down opportunity for Kemmerer to get a stop here, though, and get good field position. Offset eye to the left, ball at the 10-yard line. Snap is given to Mitchell. Toss play left side. They go to Thane, and he runs into his own men, stays on his feet, and then the pile goes backwards, and it is right around the 1st down marker. It didn't look like he got it initially, but the official coming in, and it's close. Sticks on the far side of the field have the 4 on them, which means 4th down. If he didn't get it, he's a couple inches short. Now they'll bring the measurement, the chain gang out to measure. If it's 4th down, you got to punt the football. You're not going to go for it at your own 13-yard line, but he may have picked it up. And the measurement, and he is just short. That's a big stop for the Rangers, about 6 inches short. And the Wranglers are going to have to punt the football at their own 13-yard line. 3:31 to play in the third quarter, and Kemmerer should be getting good field position. We'll see what the Wranglers want to do. They will send back Mitchell to punt. Looked for a second like they were going to go for it. Mitchell stands at his own 3. Chapin back to receive for the Rangers at his 50. McLeod going back as well. Waiting for the snap is Mitchell. Rangers wait just inside the 50-yard line. Mitchell takes the snap. High kick far side. It'll be come up by McLeod. McLeod gets to the 45-yard line, and a good special teams tackle over there at the 43 is the play made by Peyton Anderson. The Rangers, though, going to get great field position. They've got it in Pinedale territory. Just under 3.5 to play. Third quarter. Kemmerer trailing 28-9. We're listening on mylocalradio.com. Also catching the stream. Cameraman out to my right, Warren Cook, doing a nice job for us. See if the Rangers can get some points. McLeod under in the shotgun. He'll hand it off around the left edge to Chapin. Chapin pushing forward and slides to the 36 of Pinedale. Good positive gain on first down. They'll actually get him to the 35. It'll bring up a short 2nd and 3. And the Rangers going hurry up. McLeod again in the shotgun, tight set for the Rangers. Around the left edge to Chapin, pushing forward to the pile. And the ball may have come loose. Looks like the Rangers have it. It's a gain of 2, brings up 3rd down and 1. This may be 4-down territory for Kemmerer if they don't pick this up on 3rd down. Ball sits at the 33-yard line. 2.5 minutes to go, third quarter. We're late here in Pinedale. It's got increasingly colder here tonight. Started about 56 degrees. It's about 43 right now, but no rain, dry, and a big 3rd down for the Rangers. 3rd and 1 at the Pinedale 33. McLeod takes the snap. He'll roll right side. He's in trouble, and he's dropped for a sack at the 38-yard line. They tried to sneak a pass play in there, and a sack made by Pinedale. And it now becomes 3rd down and 5. And a decision for Coach Rogers right here to either punt the football or go for it, and he's going to punt it. He's got Reed standing at the 50. He'll punt the football to Caleb Rainey. I'm assuming he'll punt it away. Goes down, grabs the snap. A high kick down the far sideline. Takes a Pinedale hop at the 5 and goes into the end zone. And Pinedale will come out and have the possession for you. Just over 90 seconds remaining third quarter. Kemmerer trailing 28-9. You're listening to Ranger Football on mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's rock chip repair or full windshield replacement, call the professionals at T-Bar Ass Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. It's simple. I handle all the details with your insurance company, plus the Technoglass truck can come to you. Windshields that we replace are guaranteed for as long as you own the vehicle. Call me today for a free quote, 307-789-2639, 789-2639. T-Bar Ass Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car, 789-2639.
Here's a big play as Caleb Rainey going down the far sideline as he makes it out to the 45-yard line. Another big pickup for Caleb Rainey, this time around the end around off the handoff from Brendan Lloyd. He gets to the 46. And that there, a 26-yard gain on the run around the right edge. And a first down for Pinedale with a minute and a half to play in the third. Wranglers approaching the line as they've got it just short of midfield on the far hash marks. Lloyd under center, offset eye to the left, Thame in the backfield. Coming near side is Garrett. Handoff is given right to Thane, and he'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Strong play up front. Looked like Taylor Chapin made the tackle, the linebacker for your Rangers. I think Pinedale just content with letting some clock run. It's been a long third quarter. Kemmerer, the only team to score so far. They got a touchdown early on in the third, had a couple opportunities to go on drives, but haven't been able to get any more points. Lloyd takes the snap, and he'll go right up the middle and shoved backwards. Nice play over there, as that looked like it was Brandon Doomer who makes the stop, and it'll bring up a third down and long. 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Wranglers huddled at the 40-yard line. The ball spotted on the far hashes at their own 48. They've got to get to the Kemmerer 44. Call it third down and 8 for the Wranglers, leading 28-9, and they may be okay with just letting this clock run out in the third. That would be the smart decision since they're leading. Down to 6. And there the clock runs out. Zeros after 3 quarters of play. And Coach Johnson's Wranglers have the lead against the Rangers and are 12 minutes away from picking up their first conference win of the year. Rangers 12 minutes away from dropping their second straight. We'll see if they can change things around. 12 minutes to play here at Pinedale High School late into the Wyoming night. Rangers trailing the Wranglers 28-9 as we head to the fourth. We'll be back. You're listening to Kemmerer Football on mylocalradio.com.
Wrecking your car can be a real headache, not to mention the stress. Whether you've had major damage or a fender bender, we can fix it. Let us relieve the stress. We'll work directly with your insurance company and have you back up and running quickly. Plus, we guarantee our work. Stop in for an estimate today. It only takes about 10 minutes and it's free. T-Bar S Body Shop on Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, across from the cemetery. 789-2639.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Start of the fourth quarter, 2 teams switching sides. Back to throw is Lloyd. He'll loft it far sideline. It's overthrown, tipped up, and picked off by Chapin at the 38. He'll be down at the 42. Third turnover. The Rangers are able to pick up. And Chapin this time comes up with the interception. And just as early in the third quarter, the Rangers got a good start. They get a great start to this fourth quarter as Taylor Chapin makes the play, and now it's 1st and 10 for Kemmerer at their own 42-yard line. McLeod in the shotgun, 3 backs around him. He'll hand off near side to Chapin, pushing forward. He's got room to the 48, falls forward to the 50, and did the ball come out? It looked like the ball came out, but Rangers saying they've got it, and they do. So a good job by Kemmerer to fall on that football, and a good gain on first down by Chapin. He gets 8 out to midfield, right in the middle on the Wrangler logo. 2nd and 2 upcoming. 30 seconds into this fourth quarter. Rangers trailing 28-9. McLeod bends down, takes the snap. Handoff around the right edge. Grosseluk is tripped up. How about that play? Jacob Mitchell was planted on the turf, but he still was able to reach out his hand and trip up Grosseluk. It'll give him forward progress to about the 49.5-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 2. Big play for the Rangers to try and keep this drive alive. Handoff straight up the middle. Reed's got the first down, but it looked like the Rangers moved early. The flag flying in from the left sideline. And we'll get the call from the official. And it is indeed a false start. They'll actually call it illegal formation. Same difference. That'll back the Rangers up in what was a very manageable 3rd and about 2. Now becomes 3rd and 7. It's going to be tough for the Rangers to pick this up. We'll see if they can get it, though. Ball sitting at their 46. They've got to get to the Wrangler 48-yard line. They break the huddle. They go tight formation once again. Chapin with 3 backs around him. Takes the snap. He'll fake the handoff. He wants to throw down the middle of the field, and it's incomplete going for Chapin. He was double covered. It looked like he may have had Grosselek around the right side. But he elected to go up the middle. And now it's 4th and 6. And what does Coach Rogers want to do here? Coach Rogers looks like he's going to go for this. 4th and 6 for the Rangers at the 45. 2 wideouts to the right. McLeod sets his feet, throws, and the ball is incomplete, falling at the 48-yard line. Looked like there was an opportunity for that to be picked off, but it fell. Spencer Criddle had his arms around it. Either way, it'll change possession. It's now 1st and 10 for the Wranglers as Kemmerer unable to pick up the first down on the 4th down try. And the football will change hands with 10.5 to play in the 4th quarter. Pinedale leading 28-9. Ball sits at the 46-yard line of Kemmerer. Lloyd coming under center. He's got Tenson as the fullback. The handoff goes near side to Thane. Thane coming around the edge, and he's smacked down on the near sideline at the 48-yard line. Brandon Ellis makes the play. Good pursuit over there from Colton Rydstrom. Defense has been strong tonight for the Rangers. Sure, they've given up a couple of big plays, but for the most part, and especially in this second half, they've been able to keep this Pinedale offense in check. 2nd and 12. Offset I once again to the left. Mitchell under center, or check that Lloyd under center. 2 wideouts left side. Handoff goes to Thane, bounces and falls down at the 47-yard line. Good pursuit up front once again by the Rangers. In that 3-5 front, they ran a 4-4 front last week against Rollins, and Coach Rogers electing to go back to that 3-5 defense, the traditional 3-5 defense he's always ran in his 14 years at Kemmerer. He's had a lot of success with it. 3rd down and 12. Offset I once again. Lloyd under center. He'll just hand it off to Thane, and he runs right into the arms of Hagen Drussel, who throws him to the turf. No gain on the play. And a terrific stand by the Ranger defense. No doubt about it that Coach Johnson just being conservative. 3 straight run plays. Just trying to melt this clock with 9 minutes to play. It's been a pretty long game. We started at 7:30. Just under 9 minutes, and Mitchell will punt it to McLeod and Chapin, who stand at the 10. Mitchell catches at the 42. Low kick coming up is McLeod. He makes the catch at the 15. Tried to elude a tackler, but he can't get away at the 22-yard line as Peyton Anderson comes up to make the nice special teams play. And the Rangers will start deep in their own territory once again, as they're at the 22-yard line. 28-9 to score. You're listening and watching on mylocalradio.com. I'm Adam Jackson. I appreciate you joining me. We'll be out here for all the Kemmerer football games this year. Next week, the Rangers going to play their first game on their home turf. There's a quick one-step drop and throw to the near sideline, but it one-hops its way over to Jeff Kogerty. Or check that, I'm sorry, that's actually Victor Rodriguez that tried to make the catch. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Clock stops on the incompletion. 8.5 to play late into this Wyoming night. Chilly night. Not a lot of wind, though, and no precipitation. That's the good news. Bad news, the Rangers trailing 28-9. McLeod takes the snap, handoff, it's delayed. Reed has room, gets up to the 30 as he cuts left and gets upfield. Really nice play there as McLeod looked like he was going back to throw, and Reed got the delayed handoff, and the senior able to get a good gain of about 9 on it. Makes it a very manageable 3rd down and 1 for the Rangers at the 31-yard line. They have to get to the 32, ball just inside the near hash marks. Showing blitz up the middle is the Wranglers, and we'll get a timeout called from Coach Rogers. We'll take one as well. Just under 8 minutes to play 4th quarter. Rangers need a big comeback. They trail 28-9. They'll have a big 3rd down and 1 when we come back. You're listening to Ranger Football on mylocalradio.net.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
And we welcome you back to Pinedale High School, where the Rangers trail the Wranglers 28-9. Just under 8 minutes to play 4th quarter, and a big 3rd down and 1 for Kemmerer. They've got it inside their own 35-yard line. They've got it at the 31, have to get to the 32. McLeod in the shotgun. He's got her back behind him. Fakes the handoff. He wants to throw. Lofts it down the middle of the field. Has a man. It's incomplete. A little bit underthrown, but 2 flags fly in late. That pass was intended for Brandon Ellis, and it fell incomplete. He tried to come back to the football, and his arms looked like they were grabbed. So that's a pass interference. Move the chains. An automatic 1st down for the Rangers as they keep the drive alive with 7:50 remaining in this 4th quarter. Rangers getting off to a good start way back in the 1st as they forced a safety, took a 2-0 lead, then 28 unanswered, scored by the Wranglers. 3 touchdown passes off the arm of Brendan Lloyd, the 4-year starter. And then a punt taken back by Caleb Rainey of 78 yards. Rangers came out, forced a couple of turnovers, were able to get a touchdown early in the 3rd. Got the extra point. And that's where we stand, 28-9. 1st and 10 for the Rangers at the 46. McLeod takes the snap, throws right over to Chapin, catches on the run at the 50. There he's tackled, though, on the far hash marks. Nice play made by Peyton Anderson to come up with the stop. Good gain on 1st down, though, for the Rangers. Give them 4. And 2nd and 6 for Kemmerer with just under 8 minutes to play. I don't know if the clock is moved since we came back from our last break. Now it starts to go. 2nd and 6. McLeod will take the snap. He'll hand it off straight back to Reed. Reed's got room to the 45. Tripped up to the 42, and the Ranger offense starting to slowly move the football as they have it into Wrangler territory. And another 1st down. That 1st down brought to you by A-Plus Trophy and Sign, your local trophy and sign expert. 1st and 10 for Kemmerer. McLeod, quick throw out in the flat right side. Caught by Ellis. And the Speedster getting up to the 41-yard line. This quick tempo by the Rangers has thrown off the Wranglers a little bit. They've got their hands on their hips. They're tired. Kemmerer, though, trying to move the football and cut into this deficit. 28-9, Rangers behind. 7 minutes to play, 4th quarter. Rangers going right to left in the white tops, black pants. Handoff coming around the left edge. Looks like it's Chapin as he's lost in the pile. That's actually Victor Rodriguez who gets the carry. So Rodriguez has been thrown to a couple of times tonight. He's gotten a couple of carries. Again, if you're just joining us, a couple of injuries for the Rangers. Bobby Webster and Braden Sumption have not played tonight, the 2 starting running backs. And the Rangers have had to make do, and they've done a pretty nice job, the backs that have come in. Just over 6 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Rangers have it, 3rd down and 5. McLeod rolls right, sets his feet. He'll loft one over. It's caught by Ellis, far sideline. Gets up the field to the 30, inside the 30 to the 28. And a nice pitch and catch from McLeod to Ellis. That's a first down the far sideline. And the Rangers have it deeper into Pinedale territory at the 28. McLeod is in the shotgun again with 3 backs around him. He'll hand it off to Grosselec around the right edge. Cuts back to the 25. He's dropped outside of the far hash marks. Kemmerer slowly moving the football down. Under 6 minutes to play for Rangers huddle at the 30. They'll break the huddle. Come up to the 25. 2nd down and 6 to go. McLeod takes the snap, dropping back, has all day to throw, lofts it toward the end zone into double coverage, and it falls incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Ellis. And Ellis slow to get up, but he's all right as he trots back. 5:20 to play, fourth quarter, and it'll be a 3rd down for Kemmerer. Call it 3rd and 6 at the Pinedale 25. Rangers desperately need to pick this up and get into the end zone. McLeod with 2 backs each side, 1 behind him. He'll hand it off right to Grosselec. Grosselec cuts left, falling forward close to the marker. He's going to be short, though. It's at the 21. And I think this is a no-brainer. You got to go for it. It's only 4th and 2. Coach Rogers talking with McLeod, giving him the play call. And we'll see if the Rangers can pick it up. 4th down and 2 at the 21. Kemmerer got to get to the 19. And they go tight formation. 3 backs in the backfield. McLeod hands it off to Chapin. He's dropped in the backfield at the 24. 3 Wranglers ready for that play. Jacob Mitchell, the initial contact. And Kemmerer turns it over on downs with just under 5 minutes to play, fourth quarter. And that may do it. Pinedale will come back out on offense. They just ran the ball on 3 downs last time. Assuming they'll have no problem just continuing to run the clock out as they're going to pick up, barring some kind of miracle, their first win of the season and also their first win in the. Kemmerer will drop to 0-2. 0-1 in conference. Lloyd will come up to the line as Pinedale takes over at their own 26. Takes the snap. He'll fake the handoff. Wants to loft it far down the sideline, and it's picked off by McLeod. McLeod with his 2nd interception, and he grabs it at the 48, and Kemmerer gets the football right back. Well, an interesting play call from Coach Johnson. He came out tossing when his team's up with 4.5 to play, but the Rangers will take it. Nice pick by McLeod again. Pass intended for Caleb Rainey, who was double-teamed along that far sideline, and for good reason. He's got 3 touchdowns tonight, 2 receiving, and 1 on a punt return. The Rangers have life again, though. 4.5 to play. Trailing 28-9. McLeod takes the snap in motion to the right as Grosselec. McLeod will hand it off on the drop to Reed. Breaks a tackle, gets up to the Pinedale 48. And a good gain on first down by Reed. 3-yard gain by Reed brings up 2nd and 7. 2nd down and 7 as we approach the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Rangers trailing 28-9. McLeod takes the snap, dropping back. Has time, he'll look, fires it out left side, caught by Chapin at the 50. Cuts into the 45 and stumbles forward to the 42. And a good gain again by Chapin in this offense. It'll bring up a 3rd and 3. 3.5 minutes to play fourth quarter. Rangers look down to their arms to get the signal and get the play call. McLeod in the shotgun. Here comes the band making some noise to our right. McLeod will take the snap. He'll roll. Right side, has time. He's being chased. Throws on the run, puts it up for grabs. It's tipped and then caught at the 20-yard line by Chapin. Down to the 15. My goodness, what an athletic grab by Chapin as he hauls it in for the first down, and the Rangers move the chains. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Chapin staying with it and making the catch. Kemmerer trying to get some more points before the clock ticks to 0. There's 3 minutes to go. McLeod takes a snap, all day to throw. Throws far side, and it's too far ahead of his intended wide receiver. He was trying to get it out to Connor Tiller, the junior, 5'9" wide receiver. Pass falls incomplete with 2:57 to play. Rangers trailing 28-9. They go right to left in front of us. Ball sitting at the 13. Rangers with McLeod in the shotgun. Taking the snap, he'll hand it off right behind him to Reed. Reed getting up to the 10 and then shoved backwards. Three or 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down. Check that, it'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and 11. 3rd down and 6, excuse me, at the 11-yard line. Rangers have to get to the 4, trailing 28-9 late in this 4th quarter. So here we go, a big 3rd down and 6 with McLeod in the shotgun. Takes the snap, he'll roll right side. Has room, he just wants to keep it, and he won't get past the 10 as he's shoved out of bounds on that far side. Nice play by the Wranglers. Looked like that was Caleb Thane that came over and made the tackle. And it'll bring up 4th down and 6. So McLeod gets the call from Rogers. He'll come to the huddle. Rangers trying to get a final touchdown before the game ends. 2:03 to play. And Coach Rogers signaling for a timeout at the 25, and he will get it. Back official giving him the call. We'll take a quick timeout and come back. 2:03 to play, 4th quarter. Kemmerer trailing 28-9. You're listening to Ranger Football on mylocalradio.com.
Wrecking your car can be a real headache, not to mention the stress. Whether you've had major damage or a fender bender, we can fix it. Let us relieve the stress. We'll work directly with your insurance company and have you back up and running quickly. Plus, we guarantee our work. Stop in for an estimate today. It only takes about 10 minutes and it's free. T-Bar S Body Shop on Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, across from the cemetery. 792639.
Six for the Rangers as we come back. Apologize having some technical difficulties with our video. Only about 2 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter as the Wranglers lead 28-9. And the Rangers have it down at the 11-yard line. They've got to get to the 4 to pick up this 1st down. See if they could get some points before this game comes to an end. In the shotgun is McLeod. He has Groselick to his left, Reed behind him. He'll roll near side, sets his feet, throws to the corner. He's got a man. Oh, it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Chapin. Defense helped to break it up. Out there to make the stop was Cody Criddle. Really nice throw, though, by McLeod as he lofted it up for Chapin. Had an opportunity to bring it down, but couldn't quite haul it in. And that kind of sums up the night for the Rangers as they fall short on that 4th down and 6. And they're going to fall short in this game, trailing 28-9 as Pinedale will take over inside their own 15-yard line. Assuming they'll just run the football and run this clock out. Lloyd coming up to the line. Deep in the backfield is Thane at his own 3-yard line. Gets the carry left side, and he falls forward to the 16-yard line. Brandon Doomer in there to make the stop. Again, you look at some of the positive. Rangers came out with some fight in that 3rd quarter. Forced a couple of turnovers, able to go down and score a touchdown, but just too much offense in that first half for the Wranglers. Got to give credit. Brendan Lloyd threw a couple of nice balls. 3 touchdown passes for the senior quarterback. Huge game from Caleb Rainey. He had 3 touchdowns, 2 catches, and a 78-yard punt return. 2nd and 5 upcoming on the far hash marks for Pinedale. Got an offset eye to the right. Thane waiting at the 8 and just letting the clock run down. 60 seconds to play. Handoff comes around the near side, and it's given over to Rainey. Breaks a tackle, spins out away at the 23-yard line. It is enough for a first down, so move the sticks. 50 seconds to play in this 4th quarter. Rangers going to drop to 0-2 on the season. They'll play next week, though, in their brand new stadium on their new turf field at KEMMERER. Hopefully they can pick up that first victory. Wranglers will come up to the 22-yard line. Probably will only have to snap it one more time. Under 30 seconds to play here at Pinedale High School. Lloyd looks up at the clock, and he'll just step back and put his right knee on the turf. And that's going to wrap this one up. Pinedale gets their first win as they move to 1-0 in conference, defeating your Rangers 28-9. KEMMERER did a nice job second half. No points scored by Pinedale. But again, too much in the first half as the Wranglers win this one at home. The final score 28-9 as the clock hits zeros. We're going to take a break and come back and have the post-game show for you. Hopefully we'll have Coach Rogers come up and chat with us about this tough loss. Stay right with us. You're listening to KEMMERER football as they fall at Pinedale 28-9. You're listening on mylocalradio.com.
Wrecking your car can be a real headache, not to mention the stress. Whether you've had major damage or a fender bender, we can fix it. Let us relieve the stress. We'll work directly with your insurance company and have you back up and running quickly. Plus, we guarantee our work. Stop in for an estimate today. It only takes about 10 minutes and it's free. T-Bar S Body Shop on Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, across from the cemetery. 789-2639.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
Welcome you back to Pinedale High School. The Rangers they fall 28-9 here to Pinedale in their second game of the year. And now we're ready to talk with the head coach for your KEMMERER Rangers, Coach Sean Rogers. And Coach, it's got to feel at least nice to get inside here. It's kind of cold out there.
Yeah, it was a nice night for football, though. Not a breath of wind, but temp cooled down a little bit. But it's good to see that steam rolling off them heads when they take their helmets off.
Well, Coach, let's talk about the game. Just give me your thoughts on this 28-9 loss tonight.
Well, again, miscues on special teams seems to be our Achilles heel. We worked on it all week long, but for some reason we just are struggling there mentally. And so that was the tail of the ball game. We pin ourselves deep and we turn the ball over. So that was definitely the key.
It seemed like there was a couple of missed opportunities in that first half, too. That first touchdown looked like you had a sack. Quarterback makes a nice play, scrambles out, and then finds a guy wide open in the back of the end zone. And at that point, you got to be thinking, man, if we could have had that sack, could be a different start. Instead, they get a touchdown on that play.
Sure, I'd look at it like that, but it was probably more of the safety kickoff that we get a safety. They're kicking from the 20. And that ball rolls all the way down on the series before, rolls all the way down because we don't field it. It rolls all the way down to our 4-yard line, and that's where we start from, and we punt. And, they fair catch the ball at the 35. So, it's a huge field position swing right there, and so we just cannot do stuff like that. We missed a couple of tackles. Those big plays happen, but you can't play out of the shadow of your own end zone all game long and expect to win.
28-9 loss, KEMMERER falls. We're talking with head coach Sean Rogers. Another strong start to the third quarter this week, though. You guys get the first turnover of the second half as McLeod picks it off, gets down to the 5, and then you come out and get a touchdown.
Yeah, we talked at halftime, and I was so proud of the kids that they came out and fought because it just didn't look like that in the first half. It looked like we were about ready to give up the ship, and they came out fired up, and they wanted to play Ranger football, and so I'm really proud of them for that. They showed that they got a lot of heart, and I was happy with Dylan getting over the top. He had a couple of picks tonight. show that he can get rangy when he wants to be, and that's definitely what we want out of a free safety.
Maybe something you work on next week is let's play 4 quarters instead of the final 2 because you hold them scoreless in the second half. You create 3 turnovers, and you win the second half 7-0.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that right after the game. You know, if we don't go brain dead on special teams and shoot ourselves in the foot, we're fine. And we're just going to keep continuing. We'll go back to the grindstone and work. We got to get the injury bug to quit happening to us. It seems like we get into a little bit of hitting and we have guys start dropping right and left. So we'll try to get some guys healed up, be ready to play next Friday.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you so much for your time, and going to be excited to get out to the new field next week as you guys host Lyman.
Definitely, me too. It'd be nice to play at home.
All right, that's your head coach, Sean Rogers, after the Rangers fall 28-9 here in Pinedale. We'll take a quick break and come back and wrap up this game. The Rangers fall 28-9 in Pinedale. You're listening to the KEMMERER postgame show on mylocalradio.com.
Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for quality, affordable higher education in southwestern Wyoming and the Rocky Mountain West. Western offers more than 60 associate's degrees and 26 certificate programs in business, health science, humanities, math, engineering and science, visual and performing arts, and technology and industry. Wherever you are and whatever your goal, Western Wyoming Community College is your choice for education that makes a difference. Because we are where you are.
Well, for one final time, welcome back to Pinedale High School as the Rangers fall 28-9. We'll give you the recap of this game and then get you out of here and hope that the Rangers can come back strong next week. They'll have another conference opponent as they take on Lyman. The good news, that one is at home, and it's going to be under the brand-new lights and on the brand-new turf of the KEMMERER football field. It's for the first time in about 50 years. They won't be playing in the pit. New football location, and a lot of the city and a lot of the town excited for the new opportunity, and hopefully the Rangers can take advantage of that. But this one got off to a good start for your Rangers. They pinned back Pinedale deep in their own end and forced a sack just inside the 1-yard line. And their punter, Jacob Mitchell, he had to punt from the back of his end zone. He went to punt the football, and he stepped out of the end zone. So a safety for the Rangers. And just like that, they're up 2-0. As you just heard Coach Rogers talk about, the field position, it looked like was going to be in favor of the Rangers. They get it on the kickoff from a 20-yard line, and unfortunately, Noah Johnson lost it, or for whatever reason, in the lights, and he wasn't able to go and get it until it landed around the 12-yard line, and the Rangers ending up, I believe, turning it over on that possession, and then able to capitalize was Pinedale as they took advantage of the KEMMERER turnovers in that first half. So Lloyd was able to strike to Lozier for 24 yards. That was after he broke out of a sack, reversed his field, went all the way over to the left, and he found his wide receiver wide open in the back corner of the far end zone. And that put up the Wranglers 6-2. And that was with 2:54 remaining in the first quarter. Then a spectacular catch by Mr. Caleb Rainey. 37 yards out. He stuck out the right hand and had a beautiful one-handed grab, waltzed in the end zone from the 5, and a terrific throw as well from Lloyd. 37 yards out. That came with 1:58 left in the first quarter. The 2-point conversion was good. It was 14-2 at that point. No more points scored in that first quarter. Then made it to the second quarter where Lloyd once again found Rainey 11 yards out on a 4th and 11 with 11:45 left in the second quarter. They were able to make it 20-2, unable to convert the 2-point conversion. And then there'd be one more touchdown scored by Rainey, and it was a terrific one. On a beautiful punt from Zach Reed, kicked it to the far side. And Rainey danced around. He broke a couple of tackles, used his stiff arm to get up the near sideline, cut in, and scored. 78-yard punt return, 3 total touchdowns for Mr. Caleb Rainey tonight. And Coach Johnson, who talked to me in my pregame, he absolutely talked up Rainey, and he talked him up for the right reasons as he finishes with 3 touchdowns. And he had a big, big night and a big reason why the Wranglers were able to take home this victory. In the third quarter and in the second half, only one score, and that was of your KEMMERER Rangers. You know, talking with Coach Rogers, they really did play well in that third quarter. If they can string together 4 quarters of that, they got an opportunity to win some football games. They forced 3 turnovers in that second half, 2 picks by Dylan McLeod, and the first one he returned all the way to the 5, where we saw a touchdown from Groselick. Payton was able to run it in from 3 yards out. Kemmerer then kicked the extra point, and it was 28-9, and that's how it finished. Pinedale and Kemmerer both exchanging possessions through the third and fourth quarter, and then Pinedale finally just running out the clock. Well, that's going to run out the clock on this broadcast, and we'll join you again next week. Next Friday, it's going to be a fun one. The opening game at Kemmerer High School's new football field on the turf, under the lights, against Lyman. That'll be at 7 o'clock. Pregame will start at 6:30. Rangers trying to pick up their first win of the season. And we'll hope you can join us once again on mylocalradio.com. I'd like to thank my cameraman, Warren Cook, who sat and froze his butt off all night long. He also sat in the middle of the band and probably can't even hear any of the words that I'm saying right now. But thanks to him as he worked the camera all night. Special thanks to Val Cook and everyone back at the stations in Evanston for making sure we could get able to do this broadcast. And that's going to wrap it up, though, for me, Adam Jacksa. I'd like to say thanks for listening. The final, once again tonight, the Rangers dropped their second game of the year and their first in conference to the Pinedale Wranglers. 28-9 the final. Again, next Friday, 6:30. Join us for the pregame show live at Kemmerer High School as they unveil the brand new field and take on the Lyman Eagles and hopefully pick up their first win. From Pinedale High School, Adam Jacksa saying good night and goodbye.
You have been watching Kemmerer Rangers football live on mylocalradio.net. Today's game was brought to you by Monsanto, Old West Design, Western Wyoming Community College, and Old West Media Inc. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time for more Kemmerer Ranger football on mylocalradio.net.